Hello everybody and welcome to SOS number 30. I'm Cater and I am joined here by Reef.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Cater. And first up tonight we'll be seeing Mocha versus Luau. Luau is actually a past Low-Income winner, so that'll be interesting to see tonight against a few familiar faces, specifically Umbre, but looking at these rosters, do you see anyone that you're like, oh, I know them, they're gonna be a great show tonight?
Unfortunately, no. Because I tend to hang around like a really specific portion of the community, I don't usually recognize team names, but that just makes it more exciting for me as I get to go in with, no expectations and to see what these players bring as my first impression.
Alright, I mean, that makes everything better, especially on our first map of the night, Splatoon's Inkling Art Academy. I think this will be a really good map to first try and show up on tonight for round 1, because this map really shows competition, because whenever you get the zone and you push up right, if you get onto your enemy's plat and you cover all the choke spots, it's pretty easy to lock them out for the whole game, as it's happened to me many times, both from the receiving end and the team that's actually locking them out, which I think is going to be really interesting to see if we'll even see that in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Splat Zones is such a lockout mode, so to have that huge potential on Inkblot, really interesting to see if either team is able to pull that off here. And also, this zone on Inkblot is just so big that it's just really annoying to cap, especially if you're trying to cap it alone, because you have the turf on top of the large block in the middle as well. It's just kind of a pain.
Yeah, it really is. Especially whenever we have a scope being pulled out from Luau and Ballpoint Navu being pulled out from a Mocha side. Because whenever, like we were just talking about pushing up, getting up on that midpoint is a really important thing to have, especially whenever you're pushing up, because it's going to be really hard for your enemies or even for you to push back in and try and get the zone. But yeah, first up we see Newt over here without Ballpoint, just sharking over on the right side, putting down a beacon, 3v4 currently. They have their storm ready, and they're going to pop it, trying to secure a bit more of a push for some opening progress.
Yeah, nice. Unfortunately, they do get rushed down by the Neo Splash here. Pretty popular pick in zones with that, with all of the area control, and then splashes paint so well anyways. Still though, Mocha continuing to capitalize on this first Luau is 2 down. They're already underneath 30, and we're only a minute in right now. The members of Luau have to go in soon. They have those 2 specials, 2 actually double suction bomb rush under them, but unfortunately the splash is going to get picked off early before they have a chance. So we are in the single digits right now. Bubbles coming out from the squeezer here, the suction bomb rush coming out as well from the fire fin. Zone gets neutralized, but not quite taking the cap right now. 2 down on both sides, but that's going to leave Luau 3 down. It's the K-Shot here painting for their life. They want to finish this right here and right now, and that is a fast KO for Mocha in this first game.
Yeah, that was a really quick game. I mean, Luau didn't even was able to even try and get some progress. They were really close to, but Mocha was able to just come back and stop their efforts with leaving the flings of their life, which isn't really a good thing you want to have in that kind of situation from your comp.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not quite sure what happened there, but I get Mocha just held on to the zone for the entire game, and like you said, games can be over just like that on Inkling Art Academy. Our next one is going to be Rainmaker on Anchovy Games, which you see a variety of types of games here. I've seen games come down to single points right up against the pedestal. I've seen games that are almost no points scored the entire time, so it really is just based on the 2 teams that go head to head here.
Yeah, this map is really more focused on who can get lead and who can actually keep that lead and keep it for the whole game, and then eventually either knock it out or just keep it until the game tapes show up saying stop playing. I've seen multiple times where just in the opening 20 seconds seems to have gotten down to the 17s, like tens. Like this map is a map where even if you have like 3 people up on the opposite team, you can still push up and still make it very close to the pedestal to get a good, easy, strong lead. And then, you know, from there on out, it's just hard for the other team to try and even approach it. But at the same time, it's Rainmaker. It's always possible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen many an overtime push here. You have a couple of different routes to get up to the Rainmaker pedestal as well. You have that that way on the right that makes use of the propeller that a lot of people don't like. It's a pretty risky route, and honestly, I would say only take it if it's completely available to you. But it's always open. I mean, I've seen teams win by going that way, so it's not completely off the table. And of course, I've also seen my fair share of overtime pushes here that have worked out as well, but we'll just have to see what these two teams have to bring to the table. The 10 and the ballpoint gonna come out. I believe that's the same comp out of Mocha, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Well, yes, it is.
Right. I believe there's also the same comp being pulled out from Luau 2, if I'm right. But yeah, currently I believe that it's a Cannon with their flanks over on the right side, just trying to paint out some of the map a bit so they can try and support their teammates or just close out some openings for the opposing team. Because like we said before, you know, pushing up is definitely a scary part of Ancho Rainmaker. Especially whenever you're the one that's getting attacked on, so.
Yeah, definitely. Luau is trying their best, but it is, again, Mocha with first pick. Ballpoint again making use of their missiles, but the Ray is going to come out, and the Suction Bomb Rush from Luau. Very nice attention to objective right there, which is going to cut the push short at 89. That Splatterscope's Ray is going to come in handy in a lot of parts of this game, I feel. Whenever the missiles on Mocha might have something to say about that as well. We're just going to see another stalemate as 2 down on Mocha, actually, leaving Luau a little bit of room to hopefully, you know, take their plat back for themselves. That beacon is now gone due to a nice shot from that charger there. So it's, again, just back to a stalemate in mid.
Yeah, currently we're sitting at a 4v3 right now, 1 down from the side of Mocha, and as I say that, Ombre takes down the Flingza with Fizzy Bomb, if I believe. And that's 2 down. Now Flingza responding from the side of Luau, which means Mocha can hopefully try and get a stronger push to 89 on the board.
Yeah, the Ray again, though, coming up, getting a nice double there, I believe. So that's going to be 2 down for Mocha there. They get the pop. It looks like they're trying to keep this push going, but the Charger is here to have something to say about it. You see those Fizzy Bombs, though, constantly coming out from that machine player on the side of Mocha. Really, really nice sub-use there, and so the Rainmaker is just going to reset. We do see 2 down on Mocha, though, so hopefully, again, Luau can use this to take advantage of this man advantage and get a little bit more presence in mid than they currently have.
Yeah, it looks like right now it's just for mid, it's just an overall battle for who's trying to get it, and it looks like Mocha was able to take that as Luau was just barely backing up a little bit. It looks like the gal from the side of Luau was able to take out the tent from the side of Mocha, which will be a really strong point, but it looks like that gal will be falling down. Currently looking at a 2v3, Luau may be able to use this time to try and push up, get some pain, and maybe even contest to that lead.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do, but first they have to get rid of this tent, which we saw Cannon do just that. A nice flank there, almost getting the triple, but that machine there to protect their ballpoint friend. However, that leaves Mocha 3 down, and so Luau is going to run for it, take the lead staggeringly all the way down to 16 before they die. However, they are only 2 down. Their teammates hopefully still able to maintain a presence, even though the push has ended. They did not get completely wiped, so like you said, Rainmaker, anything can happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just then Luau was able to just randomly pull out and just get lead in just however many seconds that was. I mean, they went from 100 to 60 to 16 in just like a few seconds. It felt like that was a pretty short push. I was able to get them down to 16 very quickly.
Yeah, very impressive. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds left right now as Mocha is trying to get their presence back in, but right now it is Luau solidly in control of mid, in control of the Rainmaker as well. All of this green on the map. I mean, it's basically the opposite of what we were seeing in the beginning of the match. It felt like Luau was struggling, but like you said, out of nowhere, they just they stepped forward and they took that push, and now they have so much more of a presence in the game right now.
Yeah, for sure. Currently, Newt from the side of Mocha though is trying to get a layout of the land and try and get paint. But it looks like I believe that was yes, the gal was able to take Newt down. Drifty right now is over on a street, I believe, dropping down the mid to try and back up and try and take back Rengar Pop.
Yeah, again, Luau still has those specials behind them as well. Unfortunately, one of the suction bomb rushes goes down, but they still have another. The Tent using their bubbles just to stay alive, but it does not pay off, as they still get killed through that. And Drifty on the gal, still out and looking for picks. We go into the last 20 seconds of this match. We still have 4 up on both sides. And now that's going to the Neo Splash, unfortunately dying again. The rain coming up for Mocha, and this is their last chance at a push and hopefully trying to win this game. They have the Rainmaker now, and this 10 here trying to get the pick, but unfortunately the member of Luau is able to jump out. They are still going for it though. They're getting a lot thrown at them, but the Ray is immediately going to come out of Luau, and it takes out the Rainmaker. That is a GG Ray for you.
Yeah, that's showing what a Ray can really do on Ancho. I mean, just like that, it looks like Mocha was able to had a very good opening for a lead right there and taking the game. But just like that, the Ray was able to come out and just like that in the game, which is why we call it a GG Ray. I mean, just like that, game's over.
I mean, yeah, say your GGs. I mean, speaking of GG Ray, we're now going on to tower control in Monte Maria, which if you're in that street and elbow section, Ray can be devastating.
Oh, it definitely can. I mean, whenever it's in that section, you can just stand on the right side where not a lot of people can really reach you easily, and you can just Ray, and that's basically yelling at people to get off of tower, and if you don't get off the tower, you're gonna die. So...
Yep.
It's really important to make sure you, if you're gonna have a Ray, to do it on the right side, because you just look forward, get off to get off, and if not, they're just gonna take points, but those points will sacrifice for their life. So.
I also do really. We saw that machine come out for the previous 2 games. Monta is a really nice machine map with both the low ground as well as ledges that it can use and slopes. So I'm really excited to see that machine come into use if it gets brought out again.
Oh yeah, Machine is definitely a really good weapon here, especially because of the grades too. You could just,
yes, yeah.
shoot straight through them and no one will know where you're coming from because you kill so quickly without even really having to try that much. I mean, you just...
Yeah, machine strafing speed is already really good, and then machine players sometimes run speed up on it, so then you just, even if you're walking around on the grates, then you're also speedy. So the grates honestly are one of my favorite parts about Monte Maria, just because, you have grates on Kelp Dome, right, but they're not really used that much because you just immediately get shot down, but grates provide a nice vantage point with the risk of getting shot down, and also it's a faster way to access the other team's bunker, so it's like high risk, high reward,
Yeah, it's really a good vocal point for Monte Maria, I mean, that's kind of what makes Monte Maria Monta, so I mean, it's really important that you utilize those grades to your advantage, and it looks like we will be seeing a Ray from the side of Luau, but not on the side of Mocha, which will be interesting, which means Luau currently looks like they have a good chance with defending.
Yeah, I'd like to note the switch from Foil Flingza to NZEP 89, which I do, I mean, it's not a bad swap at all. You get a lot of mobility with the NZEP as well as the Flingza. I'm not an expert on rollers myself, so I can't articulate quite why that might have been a switch, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. But I feel like I've been seeing 89 a bit more in tournaments, honestly. Like, it gets a bad reputation. It's one of those weapons that people in solo complain about, and Mocha goes 3 down while I'm over here talking about NZEP 89, but I'm really excited to see it get picked more often in tournaments and comp play.
Oh yeah, the 89 is a really good weapon, if you ask me. It's really underrated, but it looks like right now Mocha was able to get that player back up, but Luau will not take that as a time to stop. They're going to keep on pushing, which is really a good idea to do, especially this early on in the match, because even though it is only at 71, that 71 can easily be taken by Mocha because of it's Monte Maria. It's really easy
it's a snowball
take
match.
back any leads.
Yes. Yeah, of course. But the thing is, Luau did get past that first checkpoint, which you saw that made their next push to 54 a lot easier as they didn't have to stand there and wait. It is now in control of Mocha though, so we will be able to see what we can do. The ballpoint utilizing their long range mode there to put a lot of pressure on Luau. Even though they didn't get the pick, it's still really nice to force the members of Luau to run from certain key areas. They force a jump out. They get not the charger, they get the splash, which is still a very nice pick. I mean, it would have been nice to get the charger. We all know how the charger Splatling matchup is. But still, this ballpoint displaying really nice use of their range, their mobility, and you see them walking around on the grates that we were talking about here. This gives them such a nice vantage point of the entirety of mid, and because, ballpoints just got such high mobility, they can run around on the grates.
Yeah, using the grates over on mid is a really good point, especially for backlines whenever you're pushing up in this kind of position right here, because you can really reach any part of the map that you would want to use, like even through streets, especially for the splatling, since you can use your ability to fall off really easily, just like that. And as I'm saying that, it looks like the ballpoint from the side of Mocha was able to take it down all the way to 55. Only 2 points left, and they take the lead just like that. Currently, it's looking at a 2v2 right now, which, I mean, as I say that, they are able to take the lead anyways.
Yeah, nice bubble shielding the tower from the charger there. And the charger not able to find any clean shots on tower just yet. Machine landing a nice direct, but unfortunately not able to follow up on it. And so Cannon here, who had switched to the zap, is able to get some more picks. That leaves Mocha 3 down and ending their push, but they did get all the way to 24, just up against that third checkpoint, which is a very nice place to be as we go into the last 2 minutes of this match.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, right now we're sitting at a 4v3. Luau only has, like you said, like 2 minutes, like a bit less than that, to try and push up and get and take the lead. Which, I mean, it's definitely easy, but it's not going to be easy whenever Mocha is just knocking on your door repeatedly, just trying to take the tower further and further away from it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Tent's doing some nice tower work there, but they got taken out by 2 nice shots from the 96, whose RNG is in their favor as they're gonna get the ballpoint on those grates too. Not quite getting the triple again. That K-shot trying to rush the charger, but that is a full wipe on Luau there. That pick from the K-shot doing its job as the Tent is already back on that tower, and Luau only has, I mean, that 2 minutes has already turned into 1 minute as we've been sitting here and talking, but this tower is in favor of Mocha right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now they're already about to approach their lead, but as soon as I say that, Commentators curse decides to bite them, and it looks like they won't be able to approach their lead. But 4v2 currently, one responding from the side of Mocha right now. Luau has to try and push back in with Pain and try and aggress back in. Fern right now is going to be popping their Ray to try and actually, push up, which Ray's a really good special to push up with, especially if you have that coordination of teammates trying to help you get picks. And as I said that, there's 2 down right now on Mocha, which means things are looking up for Luau right now, but they got to keep this up for 20 seconds and then some in overtime.
Yeah, things are certainly looking up, but Mocha does still have those 2 specials. They have the rain, they have the missiles as well, and both of those are going to be really harmful. However, that's a nice armor pop to shield their charger from some of the damage of the rain there, and they're able to nicely avoid those missiles, but no! 2 down, 3 down now on Luau, and again a full wipe. It looks like they just weren't able to win those fights that they had to take in order to keep their push going, and so that is going to be that 3rd game for Mocha.
Yes, that will be said right there, 2-1.
It was pretty close, though. Look at the ending counter. I mean, that was close to them getting the lead there, but unfortunately just not quite able to do it.
It definitely was really close, considering that first game we had Mocha knocking out in like a minute 30 to 2 minutes, and then going to a game that I believe was in overtime, and then a game that almost got to overtime. That was a pretty, good shift.
Yeah, really nice development in the set, yeah.
Yes. But yeah.
Alright then, looks like we will probably be heading into a break of a few minutes as we wait for the next round, so do stay tuned, everybody. We will see you in a few minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to SOS number 30. If you are just joining us now, I'm Kater, and I'm joined here by Reef.
Hello, everyone. We are going into our round 2 of the night of the group stage, and first up on round 2, we'll have Are You Smarter Than 87 Grey Rats? Great pick of name. And 2 Ears and a Heart. So.
Well, I will let you know. No, I am not smarter than 87 gay rats. How about you?
I'm not either. So it looks like we're gonna be in for a treat today.
Well then, we shall have to see if this team is smarter than 87 gay rats, I suppose.
It'll be the truth test of the whole tournament. Forget grand finals. This is the truth test.
I suppose it's like, if 2 Ears and a Heart wins, does that make them smarter than 87 gay rats?
I mean, technically, yeah, it does, so.
Okay, makes sense. Well, we're gonna be heading very shortly into Clan Blitz on Humpback Pump Track, which is our first map mode. I want to see some buckets. I want to see some sloshers. Give me the sloshers. You know?
The other thing I think would be really important is if we were to see some some like rollers, blasters, because both of those,
I mean all of those weapons. I'm biased towards buckets because I used to play them.
I mean, fair. That's fair. But yeah, we are loading into Clan Blitz at Humpback Pump Track right now.
Yay, Tri-Slosher.
In fact, we will be seeing another Tri-Slosher, a roller, and looks like that's the only thing we asked for. So.
And maybe on that carbon roller, which I'm very excited to see. Ninja Squid's gonna help that a lot as well. And then also 2 Ears and a Heart gonna bring out the Kenza mini Splatling with I believe that's Toxic Mist and Hammer. So I almost said Heavy Splatling, but hopefully that's gonna be a really nice pick. And that's Gay Rats 2 down pretty early on in the match. Looks like, although with the slightly slower nature of Clan Blitz, looks like we aren't going to be seeing too much out of Ears and a Heart as in this first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's currently Kipper from the side of Gay Rats, I believe, who will be currently over in Trent right now. They currently just fell 1v3, it looks like, and that's actually going to be a wipe from Gay Rats. It looks like 2 Ears are going to be pushing up now.
Yep, that's 2 Ears and a Heart with their push. A nice Inkjet pick out of their T-Tech, looking for another. Their teammate able to finish them off. They don't have many clams. Oh, okay, they do have clams on them now. They're gonna be throwing them in already on their first push, getting below 50, all the way down to 44 and counting as they continue to throw clams in. Right now, Gay Rats is suffering. They're just not. It looks like they're not able to get back in. Their members are just constantly falling, and this leaves time for Ears and a Heart to come back with more clams to put in the basket. But finally, the members of Gay Rats are gonna come out and get some picks there to end off that push at 26, which is an impressive push for, I believe they went from 100 to 26, which is very impressive in the first minute and 45 seconds of this match.
Yeah, that was a really a good first push, considering that we're not even 2 minutes into the game now. I mean, we're approaching it right now, but I mean, even then, getting it down to 26 in just one singular push is a really, it's definitely not something you can just do really easily in every other game. Like, it's a really hard thing you have to do, so the fact that they were able to pull it off is really important.
I mean, and look at that. Ears and a Heart already rebounding. They already have 23, 23 clams. It was 23. It went down a little bit there, presumably due to the death of that Zap. But they are already just collecting clams underneath them. And they're trying to... They have another power as well. Although, that's 3 down for Gay Rats there again, which is just really unfortunate. It feels like they their members, I mean, they might just be losing the 1v1s that they're putting themselves into. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but it's really unfortunate for the state of the game. However, Omega coming out with that nice carbon pick with the combination of the flick and the burst bomb, so all hope is not lost quite yet. I mean, they still have 2 minutes to make something happen.
Yeah, for sure not. I mean, Omega has been really aggressive with their carbon alert in this last few minutes, especially whenever they were trying to push up. They were just trying to help their team push up, but 2 years and a heart were able to shut that down just like that, and it looks like that'll actually be helping them out very soon, as there are 2 down from the side of 2 years and a heart, and 1 is actually responding, so things are looking up for Gay Rathon to try and push up and try and hopefully get him in at least contested lead.
Yeah, the thing is they don't have a power climb though. I believe they picked up their pity earlier in the game and then ended up losing it when they died. And you saw them pop those specials. I know that the Autobomb Rush came out, and I believe another special came out as well, but they just were not able to get anything off of it because they didn't have any clams at all. And now with members going down, this is their opportunity has passed. Although we are seeing a member down on Ears and a Heart, so they still do have opportunities. They just need to be gathering clams, and they need a lot more than 14 to push under 2016. And you know, it's like they heard me. There we go. 20 now on the side of Gay Rats. We head into the last minute of this match. It pretty much all comes down to this, you know. And
yeah,
3 down is very unfortunate.
We're currently sitting at like a bit less than 50 seconds right now, so Gay Rats right now are gonna have to try and be able to push in really quickly. But I mean, first of all, they have to try and get the enemy team out of their base, and then after that, they have to try and get their coordinate together to try and get another push in. But it looks like, as I said that, it looks like 2 Ears and a Heart was able to take the knockout just like that in about like under 30 seconds, I believe.
I mean, yeah, again, we're gonna see another knockout game come to start off a set, and the nice numbers of nice KAs on the side of, I believe that's Ears and a Heart there, one of their teammates leading with 15, 13, and double digits for all of them. So pretty nice job. There was a lot of bloodshed out there on the field, but in the end, that huge push, and then yet another push. It's just a really nice dominant game out of Ears and a Heart there.
Yeah, it just sealed off the game after that. But moving on from Humpback Clams, we'll be moving on over to Sturgeon Shipyard on Spot Zones. So from what we just saw from that game, and if you have anything that you know from any of these players, what would you like to be seeing being pulled out comp-wise on certain zones?
I mean, considering comps, I feel like a lot of things can work here, though. I mean, this is another map where I would like to see sloshers and rollers, maybe even blasters. I've seen blasters fare very well here, just because I mean, pretty much all of the fighting goes on in mid, because, you know, that's where the zone is. That doesn't change. And having that zone there, you have that it's shaped like a trapezoid almost. You have the slopes that slope down from mid to the 2 sides, so sloshers and other fall-off weapons can take advantage of that really nicely. Also want to see some suction bomb rush weapons here. Neo Splash is popular, Fire Fin's also popular, because this zone is so big that having an area control special like Bomb Rush, especially Suction Bomb Rush, is very, very nice to both cap zone for yourself and drive the enemy team off of it.
Yeah, Bomb Rush is a really good special here, especially because, you know, like how you said, you're able to try and take out a whole lot of the zone to yourself, and then also push the enemy team back, so you can try and push it and keep them locked out, which on Sturgeon Shipyard is really easy to do and hard for the opposing team that's currently locked in to get out. So it'll be really interesting to see what they're doing, especially whenever that's 2 Ears and a Heart is pulling out a 4K scope. One of the
Ooh,
I think that's the longest
scope. I don't think that's a scope. I think that's just a regular 4K, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, it is a scope.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see. Interesting. Well, there, Gay Rats with first cap there, and actually you note that Omega has switched off from the Carbon to the V Splash there for some nice Inkjet. Not a bad pick there. I mean, Splash, again, like we were talking about, does have really nice ink coverage. And although that was Gay Rats with the first cap, Ears and a Heart is very quickly going to take the lead, because that was only, you know, a lead of 5 points. And immediately Gay Rats just going 3 down, which is very unfortunate for them. And here comes the start of the lockout that you were talking about.
Yeah, this will be really hard for Gay Rats to try and push out, because of the fact that it's Sturgeon Shipyard, and it's really easy to just trying to watch every single spot where someone can just, you know, even look in your general way and just take them out, unless you go together as a team, which it looks like just when they do that. And Mordo over here with the K-Shot is able to take one down, two down from the side of 2 years in a heart right now, and as I'm saying that, Gay Rats just like that is back in the game.
You saw the coordination, like you said, out of Gay Rats was really nice there. Those specials and the Inkjet as well, enabling the K-Shot to go in and grab a double there, even though one of their teammates fell. It was still really nice because it enabled them to cap the zone and put a penalty of 45 on Ears and a Heart, which is pretty substantial. A couple of their members going down, though, and nice picks out of the 4K scope there. They do unfortunately get rushed, but that's going to be 3 down again for Gay Rats. So even though 2 down on Ears and a Heart, they still can afford to step forward again and just be in these really nice positions that they took last time.
Yes, Gay Rats was able to try and get some good progress in, but sadly it was not enough to try and get the lead in, and 2 years in a Heart was able to rip through that penalty to try and help their lead some more. And as I say that, Gay Rats was able to come back and take back the zone, which right now things are looking pretty good for Gay Rats. I mean, they only have a few more counters to penalty, and then after that they're pretty good for trying to get lead, considering that there's only about 40-ish counters left, which can be really easy if you try to, you know, coordinate well. And sadly they weren't able to do that in this push.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ears and a Heart immediately coming back, and you see all 4 of them trying to get atop of this spinner. That's a really nice position for a lot of weapons to be. Zap going down, but they can still keep this zone under control. As you see, their penalty is already in these single digits, but immediately the zone is just going to go right back in favor of 87 Gate Rats. After that good opening by Ears and a Heart, similar to the one we saw in the Clan Blitz match, this one has been a lot more back and forth, actually, with that penalty finally being gone for 87 Gay Rats, so they could just get working on that. And like you said, it feels like a lot to go from 50 to 29, but in splat zones with the lockout, it can actually be a lot. We're seeing already just 10 points to the lead for them, but that's 3 down, and just 3 points away. That zone is going to go back in favor of Ears and a Heart.
Yeah, currently it looks like Ears and a Heart is able to push back in to Gay Rat's little spot in the map. Mordo is gonna try and take out Latios, but they were not able to because they were, you know, a little alone. I mean, you want to try to stick together whenever you're in such a situation like this, because of the fact that, you know, your teammates, they're gonna be able to spot you and take you out, whatever.
I just want to say, did you see those picks from the leader? Like, that was amazing. I know we just saw a knockout game for 2 Ears and a Heart, but I was going to comment on that 87 Gay Rats had a chance as they had 2 specials. They had the Jet from the Zap, they had the Armor from the Junior, but then immediately 2 of their members went down, and they were so close to spawn that I think it must have been the E leader that picked them off, which, that is the scope pick. Just coming in clutch right there.
Was it a Pierce? Was it a Pierce shot?
I'm not sure whether it was a collateral or not. It very well could have been. I guess you'll have to keep an eye out on Twitter to see if that clip gets posted. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure they use Twitter, so you know.
It very well could have been, but either way, I mean, those kills were crucial to the win of the game for the 2 Ears and a Heart right there, because 87 Gay Rats would have had the potential, the resources to get a last-ditch push and maybe even neutralize Cap the Zone and possibly take it back for themselves.
Yeah, but moving on from that, we're going into Game 3 right now, and even though Hearts was able to take the set from just 2-0, that does not mean that set is over, as we are in a play all 3, which means we will be able to see Rainmaker Snapper Canal up next on today's round 2. So from what you saw, what would you like to see from those past 2 games?
I mean, it's a shame that this wasn't in the past. It's a shame we're not going to be able to see the tent on this, because tent's a really nice weapon to have on Rainmaker Snapper. Rainmaker Snapper makes taking that, you know, long middle path really easy, or not really easy, but a lot easier. As for playing, I mean, We saw a pretty back and forth game. Actually, it was a nice improvement from 87 Gay Rats. Then that first one, we saw a lot of back and forth, a lot of focus on the objective. So hopefully, if 87 Gay Rats is able to hold on to objective, as well as Ears and a Heart has been having very nice opening pushes. So if they're able to prevent that, I think they would have a lot better of a chance going forward in the rest of the game, because all we've seen is just Ears and a Heart giving huge opening pushes and then fighting for the rest of the game.
I want to compliment that K-Rats right now has a double shot comp, which is something that you don't really see pulled out like ever. So that's really interesting that we're going to be seeing on this
love
game.
to see it.
I mean, I mean, if they want aggression, then I mean, there you go. I mean, that's a good amount of aggression. 2 down from the side of Gate Rats, though, which looks like that aggression will not be able to help them out just yet. But the C-Jet will go down to Roundy, and same with Nico. So it looks like two eyes and a heart, just like that, is able to push it all the way down to 43 in just under a minute.
27, even just right after you said that. Finally, Roundy going down, and that leaves Ears and a Heart 3 down. But again, this is what I was talking about. Ears and a Heart having huge opening pushes. They got down to what, 26 in Clanless. They got down to 27 here in Rainmaker, and I mean, this is just really impressive. Unfortunately, Inkjet getting cancelled, but that shot just gonna get taken right out as well. 87 Gay Rats in control of the Rainmaker now. They're choosing to take this longer left route though, and that Rain and the Ray combination along with the Tri-Slosher is just going to shut them down.
Yeah, currently we're sitting at a 3v2. Morto was able to take out Leonos from the side of 2 eyes and a heart. 2 down from the side of 2 eyes and a heart. It looks like right now Gay Rats is going to be able to try and take this ability to push up here. And try
nice movement from the base shot there. I don't know whether that was just walking around or a taunt or not, but we saw nice movement from the K-shot there. Unfortunately, it was they were not able to avoid that zap for long enough. That push looked like it could have had a lot of potential, but Brock here just coming to shut that down with their zap. 3 down on the side of Gay Rats, though, so that looks like finally it's going to be the end of the push.
It looks like the shot from the side of Gay Rats is going to try and take them down to solo, which I mean, they took, I believe, the try down, but I mean, they weren't able to take down the other ones. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of inferred based since it was like, you know, a 2v1, but I mean, right now it looks like Gay Rats are still trying to contest for mid and trying to get another push alive. 2 down from the side of 2 eyes and a heart. It looks like that may be available. There's only about 2.5 minutes left though, so yeah, 2.5 minutes left. So I mean, it's possible if they were to try and get another push in.
Yeah, I believe that the delayed wipe on the side of 2 ears and a heart, but it was so delayed that by the time that the other two went down, the previously killed members have already respawned. CJ getting a nice Ray pick though, and continuing to use that to provide pressure, forcing a jump out from another member of Ears and a Heart, but the counter Ray is coming out, the Rainmaker doing their best to avoid it, to juke it out, but that's going to weaken them just enough for the Tri-Slasher to again run in, get more picks, gonna take down the Inkjet too, which is quite impressive, even though they did go down themselves. It is trades are better than losing battles here in the last minute and 40 seconds of this match, as they did get that down to 53, I believe, but with the push dying for Gay Rats, they have like 1, maybe 2 more chances plus overtime to get this done. The time is running out for them.
Yeah, currently we're sitting at I mean, if you only have like a minute less than 90 seconds left in the match, you don't really have that much room to move with, especially for, you know, for a game like this. You only have like 30 points left. You're gonna really try and get picks, which I mean,
well, they did. I mean, Ears and a Heart is 3 down.
I mean, they're able to take that Rainmaker out, but it looks like everyone was able to respawn. So it really depends on where they're gonna try and have to push up right now.
Yeah, that Ray again. We are seeing C-Jet on both sides, but I believe that Gay Rats C-Jet is using their Rays more to aggress, like for pushes, and then as soon as that Ray runs out, the C-Jet on Ears and a Heart is popping the Ray to shut down the push. I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, every single one, or almost every single one, of Gay Rats pushes has ended by the other team's Stingray, which is really unfortunate, and I guess that's why some people hate C-Jet, but I mean, I'm a C-Jet player, so I'm biased towards it. Stingray spam might be cheap, but it sure is fun.
I mean, I mean, you know, cheap is fun, right? I mean, you're
But
valid, I
speaking of
guess, but
Stingray, finally the Ray from 2 Years in the Heart being used to aggress, and this is the opposite of what I was talking about. We're seeing not GG Ray, but a Ray come out to shut down the push. 2 Ears in a Heart, give them a last chance, give 87 Rats a last chance, but Latios on the shot here, getting picks and going in for more with his very nicely placed Inkjet as well. To distract the members of Gay Rats and force them to divert resources. However, the Rainmaker Gay Rats manages to pick up the Rainmaker and take out the members of Ears in a Heart that were going for it. So this gives them one last chance to push this up. I mean, Rainmaker overtime pushes are hard, especially from this huge distance. They are a ticking time bomb, and they have to get all the way to the other side of the map with this Ray on top of them. They are doing such a nice job of dodging it out, but unfortunately, just their move's not quite smooth enough, and they're going to go down to that Ray to end the game.
although I will say, Gay Rats was able to, they really did put up a good fight. I mean, even though that they may not have been able to get lead, they were up in their face for a good majority of that match.
I mean,
So,
yeah, look at those
I mean,
picks. Latios on the shot getting 18 KA, which is really nice, but picks were actually pretty even on both teams.
yeah, I mean, just look at that. Look at 87 Gay Rats' KA at the end there. I mean, like all of them were in the double digits. It was pretty crazy.
I mean, like you said, both teams putting up a really nice fight, especially, I mean, again, we're just seeing team growth throughout these sets. 87 Gray Rats, they felt like they were on the back foot throughout pretty much the entire Humpback Clams match, but we saw them really fight back in those last 2 matches and make it much more of a back and forth than the first one.
All right. It looks like before we'll be moving over on to round 3 of groups. The last round of groups.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and do some advertisements. So it looks like over here, the Midway Ink Tour is going to be running one more time with Tournament 4 on Saturday, June 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is your last chance to earn more points for your team. Those with the highest points total at the end of the season get to play in the championship game for a cut of the prize pool starting at $200. Follow us on Twitter at InkMidway for info and more.
Alright, and speaking of tournaments, remember that IPL's got a lot of tournaments running this month, as you can see on the calendar here. Namely, we've got Testing Grounds 18 this Friday at 8 p.m. EDT or 5 p.m. PDT. Testing Ground is IPL's bi-weekly tournament, and it runs from a Swiss into Top Cut format. This week, there's going to be Turf War included in the map pool as well, so be sure to sign up and join the IPL Discord for more information.
Yeah, we will be seeing our round 3 matchup very soon, so we'll see you then.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to SOS number 30. If you are just joining us now, I am Kader, and I am joined here by Reef.
Hello, I am Reef. That's who he was talking to. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Avalanche versus Rising Wave. And fun fact, we're going to be going into game 2 of the set because they started game 1 without us while we're in the last set. So that'll be fun to see on Clamblitz Mocha Mart.
We've been left behind.
We've been left behind. We need to run up currently, but yeah. Looking at their rosters from what I know, I don't know any of them, so that'll be fun. But for Clamblitz Mako, I would love to see something like Tri-Slosher. Tri-Sloshers are really are a good weapon here. It's really linear, and if you're up on like the stacks, you could just, and you're like looking down at alley and something alley, you could just, shoot and.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, all the, like you said, stacks are really nice. All the little ledges and slopes that are present all over Mako. You have, I think the entire mid is slightly elevated from the rest of the stage, as there's 4 slopes that lead up to mid. So those are really nice. I mean, that's just a slight height advantage, but weapons can really, really capitalize on that. Especially, like you said, sloshers, rollers, lots of fall-off weapons that don't need direct line of sight to their targets to help. I tried to say hit and kill at the same time and ended up with hill to hit them. Also, clams on Mako, I think it's one of the maps where the clam basket is extremely close to mid, so it's very easy. I mean, not easy, but you can get power clams in very quickly. You can just throw them in. And is that an Explosher I see? An Explosher outside of splat zones? No way!
Yeah, that's a really interesting pick. I mean, Explosers are really, it's a good weapon. I really love it.
Oh yeah.
Love it. And then looks like we have a backline comp, and then we have a no backline comp. So that's gonna be really interesting to see how that'll run out. Or I mean, they could always be going the comp or the not is the
Ooh, not fall off.
Is the backline, but yeah. Currently looks like Rising Wave has control of it, which is really important, especially early on. They just need, at this point, they really have to get like 1 pick at least, and then a super clam, and they're good to.
Yeah, out come the specials too. The bubbles from the squeezer, the inkjet from the knot, and I didn't comment on this, but I love seeing foil squeezer on clams so much. It's such a good weapon with the lethal bomb, the bubbles. I don't think Rising Wave was able to capitalize off of that. They did go 2 down, I believe, and so they had to back off a little bit. That's not a K-Gal, that's a Neo Splash. I don't know why I thought K-Gal, but Neo Splash there, getting some nice picks, unfortunately getting taken out though. That's a lot of clams on the side of Rising Wave right now. That first push, although nothing happened, they can still certainly make something happen here.
Yeah, that's actually, well, if I did quick math right, that should be about 46 points just like that if they get all those clams in.
Quick math.
So that's a pretty good starting point.
Oh, they got 3 down though.
Oh, only starting at 80, which is not really good. I mean, right now, 3 down, and just like you said, since the basket is so quick to middle, they just swam over there in like 5 seconds, and they're already at the basket. So I mean, right now they gotta get 1 pick, and then that's a pretty good opening for a lead.
Yeah, and there we go. There's Avalanche with the lead. A few clams going in there from that K-shot that's nicely positioned. 2v2 right now, however, that Explode, very nice play on their part, jumping in and then immediately ballering so that they don't just immediately get camped, and being able to throw in another small clam. We're already at 39, and this Explode taking full advantage of their range. Another power clam going in, which is going to take Avalanche all the way to 16 and counting. Clams are still spawning around that basket. The Explosher, though, gonna get blown up before they can put any more clams in, and that's probably very, very good for Rising Wave that happened. Otherwise, the game could have ended right there. But I mean, that's a huge push we saw. It's like teams from this set are trying to one up the teams that we saw in the last match, in the last set, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're the K-shot over from Avalanche currently is down, which means right now they could easily get some clams right now, and then they have a pretty good opening for a push and trying to take the game here. 3v4 currently on Rising Wave, and that'll actually be a wipe. So there's only about 30 points left, but either way they will not be able to put any more in for that push.
That's true. A nice push, seeing as they got all the way to 43 from 100, and they have 2 minutes left. But right now it is Avalanche's turn to be in control of mid and have all those clams underneath them. Both Rising Wave pushes now or attempted pushes at least, have ended in the same way with them getting wiped. And it might just be because they're all a little bit isolated after you go into the push. I mean, you saw that junior trying to throw in clams by themselves, but they didn't have any of their teammates behind them. So when they got jumped by a bunch of Avalanche members, they just could not defend, and so they went down. And that probably could have been the same for the rest of them, but Squeezer here getting a nice bubble pick and saying this way for their teammates, probably to give them clams. They only need one more, and one of their teammates has the power too. There it is, there's the power there, that goes in. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but they're only a few clams away from taking lead though. However, Avalanche gonna put down that turf control and put down that defense, not letting anything else get past them, and so just 7 points from the lead. Unfortunately, Rising Wave is not able to take it.
Yeah, currently 1 down from the, or 3 down from the side of Rising Wave right now. And Avalanche is trying to get pain, trying to push up, and trying to keep a Rising Wave pinned down, as there is only about 50 seconds left, so it's really easy for them to just push up and try and make sure that they don't push up anymore. And as I say that, there are 2 down from the side of Avalanche right now, but there is only 2 clams until that's a knockout. So I mean, they may try and rush in 2 clams just randomly to try and knock it out, but it looks like that.
There we go. There it is.
Oh, boom, there it is. 2-0 Avalanche in favor.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I see the 3 clams on the side of Avalanche. Somebody has them. Are they gonna go rush and take them and throw them in? And there we go. They did just that. Also, we saw I think it was the Zap miss that box jump on stream, which is a really unfortunate moment for the camera to be on you. But oh well, what can you do?
It's okay,
Everybody has those moments.
But yeah, next up we will be going over to Splat Zones at Albacore, or one of the most chaotic maps in my opinion. So
I like this one. I'm biased towards it because I play long range weapons,
Oh yeah, I love this map too. It's a really good map in my opinion. I think it's really balanced, especially on Splat Zones Albacore. I'm not also just saying that because my remix main, but at the same time,
you are definitely just saying that because you're a remix main. I mean, as a fellow heavy Splatling player, I completely agree. Albacore is a very balanced map. It definitely does not favor long range weapons at all, and there is no reason that you should be afraid of Splatlings at all.
Exactly. And then not to mention, whenever there's like a few seconds left, and everyone pulls out the specials, and it's just who will have their ink for the longest contest. It's that's whenever it starts to become the most chaotic map. So, from what you saw just then, what would you like to be seeing pulled out again, from either side?
Honestly, we just saw a really close, very close back and forth game with, it was kind of a one large push versus a few small pushes, and on Splat Zones, that can take a really different form. So the penalties on Splat Zones, they're depending on how long you hold the zone for, I cannot talk today, I apologize. Depending on how long you hold the zone for, they can be really punishing penalties, but at the same time, you see Splat Zones goes so quickly that penalties can be nothing in just the blink of an eye. So I'm honestly just excited to see how these two push styles, work on this map mode here.
Yeah, this map mode is definitely favored to weapons that have long range. Another thing, how I mentioned a few minutes ago, I'm a remix man, love this map. Bombs are really good here, BR bombs. You also got, basically any other special that's good for zones here is definitely good here.
Yeah.
Just like that, I mean, it's a really good map for it.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes you see a Stingray here once in a while as well, just because, Albacore is such a long map, a wide map, I guess, that Stingray can work, and it is pretty open. You don't normally see it on zones, but hey, it's definitely possible. We're gonna see some nice picks, though. Another leader scope coming out. That's pretty interesting. And we got the Fire Fin scope on the side of Avalanche as well. The foil flings as well, so a few switches. We're gonna see K52s on both sides, too, which is not something I'd expect, but I'm not surprised. Well, I guess I didn't expect it, but I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely currently one of the things that's kind of carrying the meta right now. So,
oh yeah. ever since that paint buff. Yeah, I saw KL get 10 Booyah bombs on their own once. It's pain.
But yeah, currently the 4K is able to snipe out that full flings, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, currently the 4K scope is over here, just trying to kind of paint mid whenever they can, and just
Oh, did they? Ah,
Okay.
that's 4K disconnected. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's this one. So yeah, it looks like that'll be a quick replay.
Yeah, so we're gonna see Avalanche KO here. Hopefully see some nice partying between the teams. I mean, although disconnects on stream are unfortunate, it's nice to see this little truce between the teams here. So you see the K-Gal making some peace and putting on a little bit of a show for stream camera, spinning around and around and around and around here.
Looks like Jack will be our mirror ball tonight for
Yeah.
party.
Oh, looks like
so.
yeah, disco balls here. I mean, who would say no to this nice decoration, I suppose. Oh, oh no!
It looks like Rising Wave is definitely a bit aggressive tonight.
With the splash wall kills.
Trapping them and then using their bomb as their kill. You have no escaping.
Yeah, but yes, this victory does not mean anything. We are going to be seeing a redo of the match because funny disconnection rules. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I mean, sometimes it'll actually help you, so I mean that's good.
That's true.
Sometimes
Yeah.
maybe against you, sometimes maybe for you. So you know, gotta love them.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I've seen replays go in a completely different direction than the original game. It's just pretty interesting to see what direction it takes. And yes, teams are going to quickly ready up, so hopefully we can be right back in the match in just a few, just a couple of seconds.
And as you say that, they're already.
There we go! Yay!
So, yay!
Ready for teams readying up quickly and remembering to press the A button, because God knows I forget all the time.
For me, sometimes I like playing it. Like, do they think I'm breaking the rules? I'm not, but.
No, you play mind games with the other team.
Yup.
I'd also like to know the quantity of LDE we're seeing again. I mean, those in comp will know it's a very common zones ability just because of how fast the zone timer sticks down and how common it is for zones pushed to go below 50. We're seeing two members use LDE on both sides, which is nice amounts of LDE.
It definitely is, especially for weapons like, you know, the juniors on both sides, because of the fact that, you know, it's already easy to use bombs at junior, so it makes it just even easier, and especially with your main, you know, complements it really well, and then you're just popping armors every.
You basically just don't have an ink tank.
You just shoot from the floor.
Yeah, you just absorb ink from the floor, but oh, nice snipes from the E-Leader here. Gonna put Avalanche 3 down. We did see Avalanche with the first cap getting all the way to 69, but Rising Wave is going to quickly take that back and get the likely get the lead here unless something goes catastrophically wrong for them. And there it is, another snipe from the leader's scope. A nice pick here as we were talking about the favoring of range on this map. I mean, it reaches across the grace from its perches in mid, it just reaches practically anywhere. So the roller frantically trying to get a pick on them, but the leader's teammate is just going to protect them, and you'll love to see that team coordination. You're protecting the anchor, and then in return the anchor gives all these neat snipes. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, just like that 4K scope over there was really helping their teammates out a lot with their picks. I mean, they were at at one spot, dead, you know, like they were just snapping, and they were, you know, you blink twice and two people are dead, you know. But yeah, it looks like
fall in the water. I feel like I saw something fall in the water, but I could be wrong.
But it looks like though the Kentagal over on left is going to try and jump back here, which they were thankfully able to.
They tried. Ooh, bomb pick from the junior. The K-Gal tried to flank. They saw the bubbles and they were like, nope, I'm out of here. But anyways, although Avalanche did get their push slightly closer to Rising Wave's bar, Rising Wave is very quickly done with their penalty and is going to advance their lead further, hopefully. Although this K-Gal on the side of Avalanche has something to say about it, and we are just seeing a battle for the zone right now. I mean, you weren't wrong when you said this is an extremely chaotic zone map, as the zone is just continuing to be neutralized and go back and forth.
I mean, if I'm being honest, you wouldn't really expect a zone map that's really just a square to be chaotic, but I mean,
I mean, yeah, it is just a square, as are lots of other zones in this game.
But yeah, I would like to point out there
Oh, the
that Rising Wave
Booyah
has a
Bomb
lot
ate the
of.
bomb rush.
Oh yeah, that was a really well placed bomb at the right time. But with Rising Wave, whenever they were trying to take back the zone there, it was a really they have a lot of painting power. I mean, they were able to have two weapons that are both pretty good at painting against
Oh yeah.
three weapons that also are good at painting. So
I mean, yeah, we have identical comps. Like you said, both teams have a junior, and I pointed out that both teams have a K-Gal earlier. So the only difference lies in the other two weapons, which is proving to have a pretty interesting difference here. Both teams are taking it pretty well and pretty back and forth again. Even the leads are going back and forth so much as the zone is, with Avalanche having it for a second, but then immediately Rising Wave just coming back and taking that zone. Booyah's gonna come in, but it's just gonna immediately get painted over. Missiles coming in too, but we're in the single digits for Rising Wave right now. They are trying to take this last game, but oh, the leader with the double? I mean, I'm not... with the triple at the end of the game, coming in clutch to take that knockout, and that's going to be the last game going to Rising Wave there, not going down to a complete 3-0. It was also a really nice play out of them. 13 KA from the junior, 12 KA from the leader, which is quite good. That leader scope pick definitely paid off on, and like you were talking about, Reeve, just all of the vantage points on Albacore are really nice for the really long range of the E-leader, and their aim, they definitely had the skill to back it up. It was a really nice showing. With that, I believe that is the end of our pools round. So in a few minutes, we are going to be moving into the bracket portion of this single elimination bracket. So do please stick around for a few minutes and stay tuned. Hello everybody and welcome back to SOS number 30. If you are just joining us now, I am Cater and I am joined here by Reef.
Hello, I'm Reef. What he was talking about? I'm Reef. Hello.
Hello! We are now out of our pools and into our bracket stage of SOS. So we're in single elimination now, and we have Carnage Gaming versus 2700.
Yes, Carnage Gaming is a really popular team. I believe they even won the past SOS, so that's really exciting. A lot of their members are really familiar to me. I mean, they are one of the most popular teams, so most likely to happen. And same with 2700. I mean, it is a pickup team, I believe, but specifically Clips, if it's the right person I'm thinking about, they look really familiar.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I know a couple of names. I don't really know much about the players, but I do know some of the names. We're gonna be starting off this nice, I believe it's a best of 5 set, off with Rainmaker on Monta Maria, which we did see Monta earlier for tower control, I'm pretty sure, but Rainmaker can be entirely different. I mean, Rainmaker can snowball very quickly if you're not careful. Really, all it takes is just like one wipe and the game can be completely over. So it's just one of the really interesting and possibly fast maps to see. I mean, once when I was playing a game on here, I'd like, our team wiped and then immediately after that the game ended just because they took that wipe situation, just immediately slammed to our pedestal. So going 3 down or getting a wipe here can be fatal for your team, devastating even. You really gotta keep track of man advantage here and just staying alive, honestly. Really important in a lot of Rainmaker games, but especially in this one. We're gonna quickly load in here as all teams have readied up, and some interesting comps. Midline Supremacy coming out of Carnage Gaming there. Or actually, that's not Carnage, that's 2700. My bad, I got confused there. But yeah, we have the K-Pro and the CDS and the Bamboo there, so all really high damage midline weapons and long range, which is going to be pretty nice. And then on the other side, a slightly more orthodox comp, but we do have the Octobrush Nouveau, which is not too common of a weapon, but it's pretty nice to see. With the Junior for armor and then the C-Jet for Ray, which is pretty nice. We saw them try to take cut there. Actually 3 down on both sides now, although that Octobrush does go down. So people are just going down left and right. The Bamboo here, one of the only ones left on the map right now, and engaging in a nice close
Wait, hold up. Did that Bamboo
here
just roll? I see some crazy movement coming out of it.
I mean, Bamboo with dodge rolls is probably not a weapon we want introduced here, but I wouldn't put it past them. Now there's the CDS rolling directly into the Rainmaker.
I would love a Bamboo with a dodge roll.
That's got the same energy as like Bamboo with a scope, you know?
Bamboo dualies. Bamboolies. Shout out to JoJo.
Oh my god. Also, yes, we, unfortunately, due to internet issues, we had to switch out Reef for Bash Dash here. So we're gonna see Bash, you would have seen him earlier, later, excuse me, on the next block here, but we're gonna see actually 2700 go for it, take it all the way to 21.
They're still the only ones with points on the board.
Oh yeah.
And they're putting it in there. Oh my god, Eclipse doing a little bit of trolling there. Of course, it's Squelchy's up with Squid Bag. Woo!
Yeah. We do a moderate amount of trickery, but
oh no, they tried to prevent the reset. I don't know if you could prevent the reset after they make that jump off, but
I think if you kill them before they fall off the map, it still counts as you killing them. But I don't know where it would reset to. I've never seen that be successful. A valiant effort, but unfortunately just leads into a funny stream moment of you falling off the map. Yep.
Gotta love them funny moments. Seth MacFarlane would be proud. Anyways, Orissa's got the armor on deck. She's just waiting to pop it right now. There we go. There we go. It looks like they're going to try something. Oh, but it looks like 2700 is the ones getting the Rainmaker, trying to push it forward. But the offense is just intercepted once again. Carnage Gaming is going to have to go for it eventually. At least put some points on the board.
Yeah, I think they're just looking for an opening right now, and there it is. They've got the Ray out of the siege jet. Little flanker, though, on that Ray, but meanwhile, that Raymaker's gotten all the way to 46. Silva here, though, on the what was that? Is that a zap, or am I going crazy? I thought I saw a zap. Putting in some nice picks there and stopping the push. Not stopping the push, but stopping the members in mid that could have been very helpful to the push. And that push is going to end there at 40. We got a minute and 48 seconds left right now, and 40 to 21 seems like a lot, but still it's pretty.
Oh no,
hard.
the Octo Brush.
Oh yeah, I sure thought the Capro had that, but man, really nice. That unfortunately beacon, I think their beacon got destroyed, and so Bambuja's gonna go and take him out easy peasy.
It's good at least that Carnage Gaming was able to put that many points on the board
yeah,
in
definitely.
record time, but it's definitely not enough. They definitely want to try it again. They'll need to try it again if they want to take the dub, get that first point on the set. And it looks like they've taken it.
2,700.
Yeah, no, it's 3 down thanks to the Inkjet. Now they're trying to do something with a Stingray. The Octo Brush looking for blood though. Oh, but try to catch him out with the Poison Ink. The Rainmaker has been dropped, but now it's 36 to 21. So if Carnage is able to, but if Carnage is able to maintain the pressure, they could turn it around. But it looks like 2,700 has put the defense on overdrive. They are building themselves a fortress right here. Luke trying to get some snipes, trying to beam the members of Carnage Gaming with that Kenza brand Splattershot Pro. They reset the Rainmaker, getting caught in the poison clouds.
Ooh, this Octo Brush putting in some nice picks. There we go. There's Carnage with the Rainmaker.
That distraction was all they needed, and they might take the lead now. There it
They're so
close. 2,700 coming in clutch. And now they're gonna try. Oh my goodness! But the Octo Brush from, do we call him Red Shell? I don't know, but Luke just needs to hold on to this. Hot potato, keep away.
There we go.
Sack, and they got it. 2,700 takes the first map of the set in chaotic fashion.
Yeah,
what did I just watch?
That was so close.
What did I just watch?
Yeah, we saw a delayed wipe on the side of Carnage there, which made it so that once all their members went down, they were not able to get back in and continue that push. But that was so close. Like, you saw them frantically diving for the Rainmaker to just take it a few more points there. And their pushes were so fast, too. Like, one moment they were in mid, I blinked, and they were all the way at the 40, the 30 mark. So, although, hey.
How do you tie score in Rainmaker? That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, they might have tried it, but unfortunately,
I have to hold myself back from swearing because I don't know if I can swear on this stream.
the question of the night. Okay,
I received confirmation that I in fact cannot swear on stream, so I am not in trouble, thankfully.
You will have to restrain yourself this stream.
Even further, because if this map is indicative of the rest of the set. All right, we heading to towers on Sturgeon. What do you think these teams are gonna pull out now?
I mean, honestly, again, Sturgeon, kind of one of those anything goes maps for me. I've seen a lot come out, but I do like seeing those fall off weapons. I mean, we saw splat zones on Sturgeon earlier in the tournament, and you see fall-off weapons really making good use of the slopes in mid there. However, a lot of the action takes place away from mid and tower control on Sturgeon, because after that first checkpoint, unless you're going on a crazy flank, really not much happens. It's all about pit, really. That cramped space. The tower spends a lot of its time there, including one of its excruciatingly long checkpoints. So just having control of that area, maintaining it with specials, with bombs, with everything that you got is really important to having a good push, because once you get past that second checkpoint, I mean, it just snowballs.
But yeah, just the whole architecture surrounding Sturgeon Shipyard. A really good defensive team with a good defensive comp could just set themselves up and basically just play tower defense with the other team if they've got enough score on the board to play more defensively. Chat, you ready to play some flash games? Let's play some flash games.
Here we go.
Out to Bloons. Shout out to Newgrounds. Let's go. Right now, they're painting.
Yeah, 2,700 gonna keep up that midline comp, and honestly, I like the addition of that zap with the comp. I mean, both Capro and Bamboo might struggle a little bit with painting, but with Zap and its crazy paint, you basically just enable the mid lines to do whatever they want. And that, you know what, as I'm talking about that, 2700 going 3 down with, again, that Bamboo being the only one left alive. But Carnage Gaming also had members go down, so they weren't around at the tower to take advantage of that. And now by the time you see Shiny here on the charger hopping on the tower, they are getting far. They still have this advantage, but they just really were not able to take as much out of it as they could have. And unfortunately, they're just gonna go down to a well-placed bomb out here from the K-Pro. So probably not gonna be able to get as far as they could have.
Yeah, it was pretty even actually, because I think it was like 3 down on one team and 2
was
down
it?
on
Yeah,
the other.
I only noticed the 1 down.
The issue was 2700 was really slow to get back on the tower. Carnage Gaming was able to swoop in. I don't know why 2700 didn't necessarily super jump when they knew there wasn't too many reinforcements on the other side. But now it looks like they're making up for lost time. Maybe they just wanted to take their time, gather some specials, because now they're armored. Luke might be trying to drop the Booyah Bomb in a little bit as 2700 takes the lead. Impeded momentarily by the smog cloud.
Ooh, Charger getting some nice
like LA
picks there.
traffic right here. 2700 is just inching further, bit by bit. Now it's Carnage Gaming's turn to rally, try to send a response, but we'll see if 2700 can play a little bit of tower defense, or if that Inkjet will cause, the Inkjet will not cause any trouble.
Yeah, we got a lot of specials still coming out from Carnage, all of them getting popped, in fact. The Bomb Rush, the missiles, the armor, and that was a nice pick out of the K-Shot there. Unfortunately not able to get much more. They are so close to the lead game in this first half of the match there. Unfortunately, because Squid Game is like this and judges mean we don't have ties in this game, so that tied score 57-57 is going to be 57-58. Carnage Gaming still 1 point behind, although of course because it is such a small lead they can definitely do something, although unfortunately they go 3 down with that charger having to jump out.
I love all of the armor that 2700 is gathering. They're getting medieval with it. They're making it look like the 100 Years War out here. Just all these knights coming out. Armor, you can't really get past it. Maybe sometimes the best defense is a good offense. And just as I say that, the Booyah Bomb, I thought he misplaced it there, but nah, he got it right on target. Maybe not getting any picks, but definitely serving as deterrence.
Definitely. 2 down though on 2700. So Carnage Gaming nicely taking that person advantage to stop the push in its tracks. Now before it gets to 32 though, pretty nice place to be in the last minute. A little less than 2 minutes of this match. And we got, again, just another fight for mid. Nice assist pick from Shiny on this charger out here. They've been getting some nice picks, although unfortunately forced to jump out yet again by the pressure, the constant pressure that 2700's high damage weapons are putting on. See Eclipse here. Oh, I was gonna say in a nice spawn spinner, but the Splatter Scope getting their revenge with a nice knife, and that's 2 down again on 2700 with this armor coming out from Carnage in a minute and 20 seconds to do what they please with. They could very much still take this game.
Yeah, good stuff to Shiny, just channeling phase Pomage this map. But, nah, I don't know if we want to be playing defensive offense when 2700's got that much of a lead. But, I don't know, maybe Carnage Gaming's poked a hole. We'll have to see if that Bomb Rush did anything. Shiny trying to position themselves.
Ooh,
yes, there's a good
nice
shot. An actual quick scope in Splatoon. You love to see it. And Red Shell is just going in for the kill right now. Just stalking them, hunting them. We're in the jungle right now.
But Eclipse pulling
coming
through.
back.
But I mean, we didn't even see them get the lead.
Though.
They get all the way to 16 and past that the second checkpoint, excuse me. They did get wiped though. So with this last 30 seconds, 2700's building up resources, 2 specials online and probably more to come as we see them very quickly inking up. We got the rain, we got the armor, we got the Booyah, and that Bamboo if they get missiles too. There we go. That's all 4 specials for 2700. And so it is up. Oh, I was gonna say it's up to Carnage.
2 pieces of the missiles.
Yeah, that beautiful missile double. And actually, this isn't a CDS, this is a VDS. I've been saying CDS this whole time and haven't really noticed. But as we're at this second checkpoint in overtime, but whoever was on the tower is gonna die. That Booyah though, continuing to take tower. Shiny tried to find something 2 down on 2700 on both sides, and Rissa just jumping on the tower, and that's a game for Carnage Gaming, and wow, what a match.
I was gonna say that double with the missiles would have been cooler if they were using standard dualies, but we'll take what we can get. But nah, this map really looks like it was a battle between who could coordinate their specials better and who could follow up with that all-out assault. And it
I didn't
looks
even
like
notice
this
the
time
2700 was running double missiles.
This time it was
because I thought it was Rain.
Yeah, this time it was Carnage Gaming who was able to do it a little bit better. They were clapping back. Good on them. We'll see if this can't be an even battle for the rest of it. But no, Shiny was actually putting it on, providing really good overwatch, providing really good cover fire with that splatter scope. I don't know if that's the strategy they're going to maintain for Clam Blitz on Piranha Pit, because we all know how crazy that can be. But now it looks like each team knows the aim of the game. One team goes, let's overwhelm the other team with our specials, and then get any pickings left. And then the other team, second map, was like, you know what? We can do that too. And now it's just, they're going back and forth. We're playing some table tennis right here. Let's see if it's going to go to deuce or if one team is going to get the advantage early. That's normal tennis puns. I don't know what I'm doing.
We certainly are seeing that sort of gameplay here. Pretty evenly matched teams. It's nice. It makes for a very nice eventful match. But hey, Clam Blitz on Piranha Pit, you can see huge pushes, or you get to see, a very painful stalemate for all of 5 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams duke it out on this map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Clam Blitz on Piranha Pit is probably one of my favorite mode combos. It's just every time you play on that map mode combo, you don't know what to expect, except the teams are going to wake up and choose violence, basically.
Only have one Piranha Pit
let's see what
match.
they come out with.
Yeah, one Piranha Pit match I watched, I think like 6 people went down in the first 10 seconds. It was really funny to watch. And
all right,
ooh, we got comp swaps.
Back. The Boozla is back, and we got a bathtub.
You'll love to see it.
Coming out of Shiny, trying a different approach. Instead of going for the long range game, we're about to play some geometry wars right here.
Oh yeah, I mean the blah blah are making use of a trigonometry out here with all of the bouncing off and the angles and whatnot, and nice paint to get out this suction bomb rush. Unfortunately, they're gonna get taken out by a suction bomb from the other team. However, still a nice amount of picks and specials coming out of Carnage Gaming to start off this match. They're gonna get that pick, unfortunately going they're delayed 3 down right there. Unlikely that they're gonna get anything more. That was pretty nice coordination leading up to that first push though.
Yep. And it looks, yeah, for the first bit of it, it looked like 2700 had the Clam lead, but now it's oh no, Carnage Gaming is now picking it back up. They're going to try to make a push early, but they got to congregate all of those clams into a power clam. Although maybe their approach is probably to just clear the air first, because in this map mode combo, we do see a lot of incidents where, the teams just score even in the face of the enemy. But
yeah,
with these teams pitting out against each other, it's probably better to just try to show off offensively first, just so it's just nothing but open air when you score. Carnage Gaming did get one power clam in, but surely they're not going to try to stop there. Oh, 2700 actually coming in with a response. Silva throwing the clams in. Oh my goodness. 39. Oh, they put another. Oh yeah, they saved up the pity clam, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Getting to 39 before they all get wiped. I'd like to point out that prior to that push, they actually got a wipe on Carnage Gaming, or a delayed wipe, which is what enabled them to start that push off in the first place. Really nice opportunity taking out of them there. And we saw as soon as they had that opportunity, they immediately acted on it. This is going to be Carnage right back with a push of their own, and all of these clams going in to take them all the way to 43 and counting. They only have 1 clam on their person, but there are clams by basket. However, looks like one of the members is kind of stuck there, and so just 1 point from the lead, members of them are gonna go down, and again we're gonna be seeing just this yet another 1 point difference here. Just so tense.
It's actually going back and forth. Carnage and 2700 are really putting on a crazy exhibition. Kind of reminded me of the Blazers Nuggets series, but. Yeah, no, it looks like 2700 is going to try to go for a little bit more, shooting those missiles out. Are they going to... Ooh, yeah, no, they try to dodge. Oh, but the other power clan, out of nowhere. Rissa gonna try to clean up with another one of the Carnage Gaming teammates, and it looks like that's gonna be it as Rissa gets the dime off of, I can't really read that username, but yeah, good teamwork.
Understandable, but yeah, we've got 2 specials on Carnage right now. 21 clams, and so they could definitely make something happen there, although there's a power clam on the other side of the map, which something is certainly happening. Not quite sure exactly what is, but it looks like Carnage Gaming has decided to ignore that and try to go in for the push. Unfortunately forced to toss that power and flee, jump back, and it looks like they're going to lose that just because of the defense that 2700 is putting down. I mean, we've seen great defense as well as offense from 2700 in these previous matches, so it's no surprise that they're going to continue to put that out there.
Yeah, I liked what they were doing with the Booyah Bomb, but there was a little bit of hesitation, and as such, they could not score again. Now 2700 is picking up the clams. We need to see the purple team step up a little bit. If you're gonna call yourselves 2700, and I'm assuming that's 2700 X power, you gotta show it a little more. Oh no, they're the ones that are showing it. Excuse me. It's Carnage Gaming. They need to cause some more carnage.
Well, hey, you're trying to get the teams to live up to their names right now, and 2 down on Carnage in this last 30 seconds. 2700 with just juggling the clams right now. Looks like they're gonna go in for one more push before the end of this match. And we've seen Eclipse on these V dualies the entire time. Just great picks out of them. Like to note that they're at 11k as well as there's that friend who's at 12k, and then the K-Cal on Carnage is at 13.
Oh no, here he comes.
No, the power clam misses!
The miss.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but they're gonna put it back in. They scooped it back in. Reverse touchdown.
That's a nice save. Yeah, I guess reverse touchdown. Yeah, a nice save for 2700 there to put them up 2-1.
Yep. Proving their X power. Good on them. And yeah, no, just seeing that the dualies and zap bambooly combination, that is the epitome of chaos. That is the perfect loadout for a map mode combo like that, and I'm glad that it worked out. Now we got zones on Anchovy. So we got a King of the Hill, except instead of a hill, it's more like a ditch because it's like you start on the high ground and then the zones are on the low ground.
So, the ditch. That doesn't have the same ring to it.
It does not whatsoever.
You could just call it like backwards King of the Hill because the backwards hill is just a hole in the ground, right?
Yep. At least it's not a hole in the wall. Shout out Cartoon Network.
But yeah, zones on Ancho. I used to really dislike this map mode actually, but now that I haven't played it in forever, I just don't have any opinions on it anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't know what comps have come out with, but what's it? We're definitely going to want to see some backlines because of that high ground, those vantage points. Shiny will probably bring out the scope.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure how well that blob blobber was like. I was fully expecting to go. Oh no, they are bringing it back.
And a switch from the a bit of a switch on 2700 side too. They're bringing out a K-Gal, bringing out an H3D as well for armor, I believe. Ooh. That's a nice pick. It's got great range. Honestly,
lots of range game.
Yeah, H3's such a pain to fight against. Like you don't see it often, but when you do, they're good.
Yeah, that Octo Brush is going to be brilliant for painting as well, so it's not like Carnage Gaming is under-equipped either. But it looks like the range game is working out a little better for 2700, using that Booyah Bomb as cover for Luke to escape. Going to try to get another pick. There we go. Takes out Rissa. Gonna go... Oh! But the Ricochet kill. Oh, no, that was actually from the 52 gal, but good cover from Shiny. You could have had me fooled.
Oh yeah, definitely. And finally, the Suction Bomb Rush coming out as well. Actually frantically painting over that, but they've got missiles raining down on them as well that they've got to watch out for. I mean, I did want to discuss the double missile comp that 2700 is running, but I suppose we could take the example that we just saw from Carnage Gaming as well. The missiles are gonna make your enemy team scatter. gonna force them to move, and also, you know, you don't want to do 1v1s when you have missiles in your face. So I saw somebody say it like missiles basically force people to not play the game for a bit, which is why they're just really nice. And here we're gonna see Carnage actually take the lead. Very nice placement of that Booyah Bomb to further deter members of 2700 from coming in, and they're also watching this right flank, which there happens to be a K-Gal there who's gonna take somebody out, but just immediately get taken out themselves. Unfortunately though, while the members of Carnage Gaming were busy dealing with that, 2700 was able to take the zone back and get more picks. So, just like that, the tables have turned and now they are in control.
Good on them. The team's just making each other work. Eclipse probably going to pop missiles again. Gets all 4 of them in the crosshairs. Ooh, getting shiny with it as well. Now Eclipse is going to try to invade the enemy space for a little bit. Only so far you can go without your team, though. So Eclipse isn't going to overextend, of course.
Yeah, nice evasion with the
until they get back up. And it looks like they're going to take the lead. Are they going to go back and forth again? Are they going to have a little bit of a conversation? Ooh, just trying to avoid those shots from Shiny, because they've been pretty well placed in terms of pushing the enemy back. And as I say that, yeah, no, Carnage Gaming takes it back. The conversation is alive and well. This is basically like high school debate club right now. They're going back and forth.
I mean, yeah, it's quite a good debate as well. Both teams are very far along that LDE, and both sides that people are bound to be running in zones very well in effect at this point in the game. We head into the last minute and 2 minutes and 17 seconds of this. The K-Gal on Carnage's side looking for some picks, but unfortunately not going to get them as they're immediately denied by the Bamboo. 2-9 on both sides right now, but still, Carnage has completely worn through their penalty, and with that, they've all this paint on the board. They could take the lead right now. They've got this Bamboo to worry about, though. They're going to fire both missiles coming out, but still, that is the lead for Carnage right now, and the conversation lives as the members of 2700 frantically painting, getting picks, and both teams, oh my goodness, such a nice double from that Bamboo before they get taken out. 1v1 situation right now, actually.
And the gal from Carnage still going to work, but you'd love to see the Bamboo do what it did. But the Octobrush is just so dangerous. My goodness. Yeah. All those penalty points, such a tight game in terms of points as well. I mean, Carnage Gaming could just play really good defense and take it that way, but you never know when 2700 is going to pull something out their sleeves, whether it's just stacking specials or coming out the flank. Yeah, right now they're pulling out armor. Arshell's being forced to retreat. And the Booyah Bomb, is that going to remove their lead? No, it isn't. And Carnage Gaming will soon have an opportunity to put more points on the board. Oh, yeah, no, there we go.
Ah, there we go.
We might see a knockout.
Could we?
Oh.
No.
Commentators. But still, that's a nice number for Carnage Gaming to be on. But yeah, no, 17-4. Lots of penalty points as well. 37 seconds T- left in the map. 2700 is going to have to bust out all of the armor, all of the missiles in order to secure their position and try to score more points of their own. We see the Booyah Bomb. Is that going to disrupt them? It seems like it is, but oh no, Carnage Gaming slaps some more penalty points on there, and oh my goodness, but 2700 claps right back. They're like, yeah, we see those penalty points. We don't really care.
What about them?
We'll see if they're able to hold on to it. But that bomb rush might cause trouble, and indeed it has. Carnage Gaming takes the map right at the end, and we are going to a map 5.
We are certainly going to a game 5 with these extremely close games that we're seeing out of them. This has been a great set to watch. We have certainly been given a show here, and 10 bomb rushes out of Shiny. Oh my goodness. I mean, who knew that blocked the special spam?
Shiny must know Elton John, because they were looking like a pinball wizard that whole map. Whew. Yeah, no, this is definitely one of the more entertaining sets I've seen in Swimmer Sync. I have never been more mad in my life that I have not had popcorn in my apartment, because I would have been chomping on that.
I mean,
but
you can't eat
crazy map mode combo to end on. Rainmaker on Black Belly, kind of like Manta Maria, which we started with. actually even more so than Mana Maria. This is the map mode combo that can end in like either half a second or like 20,000 years. So you'll wanna stay on the edge of your seat. We'll see if either of these teams have eyes on the back of their heads to just make sure no one sneaks up on them, and we'll also see if either of these teams, maybe 2700, if they bring back the sacred combo that we saw in Clan Blitz and the previous Rainmaker set, that would allow them to overwhelm the defense, go for a wipe, and just walk up slowly and down smash the Rainmaker podium.
Oh yeah, the Rainmaker on Black Belly games, like you said, they can get really, really high scoring, but they can also be agonizing because pushes go really fast, but then they get shut down equally as fast. So you just see, I mean, this is a perfect way to end this set, the back and forth that we've been seeing.
Here we go.
Oh, that's actually CDS. But yes, here we go. Indeed,
we got the K Pro as well from Luke. So we got a little bit of range. We got a little bit of range on the side of 2700. Carnage Gaming bringing out the Octo Brush. We got the armor as well. We got all sorts of range from Carnage Gaming as well. They want to cover all of their bases, but we'll see exactly how much they can cover as they start out with a Stingray, but that's not going to stop 2700 from putting the first points on the board.
Yes it is. Well, it stopped them from more than 1 point, I suppose. Nice Toxic Mist combo, resulting in a double and a wipe! A wipe on the side of 2700.
Rissa's going for it.
Nice avoidance of that bomb there. Oh, gonna get shut down. That's unfortunate. But still, that drop roller for the Octobrush coming in clutch, letting them escape there. 2 down on Carnage Gaming, but again, 52, not a horrible place to be. Better than nothing, especially. And they did very nicely take advantage of that wipe they have. It's now 2700 in control of the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, 2 of their members have already gone down. And there goes the Rainmaker, are still back in mid, so it's gonna be done for them there as yet another Stingray coming out of that C-Jet on Carnage Gaming, and the Octobrush just Octo-brushing away using this huge flick range and high damage to get more picks.
Yeah, no, having something like an Octobrush to make sure the pathway is properly painted is always useful, long as they stop themselves from getting killed, of course. But now that Octobrush has got better coverage than Verizon, so if it's used properly, it can really be good when it comes to painting. But right now, we see the Rainmaker coming out from 2700 again. Silva getting stopped by the Stingray again. The Stingray takes 2 lives this time, but 2700 is making sure that it is maintaining a close enough distance, but they got to stop Carnage from swooping it.
Rainmaker more like Raymaker. I'd like to point out that we've seen
100%.
3 rays in the last 2 minutes, which is a lot.
Yeah, no, it's like we got a beehive here because people keep getting stung. Oh my goodness, Eclipse just sliding in and just causing trouble. Oh my goodness, are they going to take another? We got the armor. Oh, I gotta watch out for the Octobrush though.
Their trolling has been stopped as yet another ray is coming out of the C-Jet there. They've got so many. Shiny's just special spamming at this point. I wonder how many rays we're going to see. Again, just evasion from this Rainmaker here, clinging to the walls, doing everything they can, but they are so trapped.
They just want to take the lead, but they can't.
They can't. Yeah, that Octobrush is going to deny them.
So close to the incline. Okay, but they might break the barrier. Oh, no, it doesn't look like they're breaking the barrier. Oh, my goodness. Carnage Gaming is just... They are enjoying themselves right now. They are having fun at this current moment as they get the armor again. And now they're going to... I thought they were going to play keep away with the Rainmaker, but it looks like they might try to push it a little bit. We see the Booyah coming out. I don't know if that was just a rally cry or if that's just a go-ahead to advance kind of thing. But, yeah, no, Carnage Gaming is definitely going to try something. The Booyah Bomb from the side of 2700 fails to do anything productive, unfortunately, as, yeah, now that shooter from Carnage Gaming just causing problems on purpose right now.
That is the most insulting way I've ever heard anybody describe a Booyah Bomb before. Fails to get anything productive done. That's like me when I'm trying to do homework. But anyways, we saw that 3-down situation.
All due respect, all due respect.
On Carnage Gaming, get taken advantage of by 2700. But again, yet another ray.
Oh,
the 6th ray of the game, 1 point away Oh my goodness.
The Stingray just... They're sitting in the neck right now because they are not letting 2700 breathe. Somebody get the EpiPen because they have got allergies right now. Oh my goodness.
And yet again, we might see them even try to extend their lead as they're taking this left route. Up here they do, they extend it by 2 points, but that's still a lot considering their lead was only by 1 point there. And they don't even get white. They just got two people alive to keep that mid presence. And what is that Octobrush doing?
I have no clue.
They got taken out, but they were certainly having fun up there.
Alright. Alright. Ooh,
Again, every single push, the Ray has just come and stopped it. Lead? No.
Wait, no.
Oh, wait, lead?
They took it.
Oh
they
my
took
god!
It.
They took lead. I didn't even notice.
The lead.
Carnage. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now Carnage Gaming got one more chance. I hope they got that Stingray lined up, and I hope they're ready to do something offensive with it. Because the time for defense is well past over. Oh. There we go. Is that the all clear? It doesn't. I can't tell at this point. Oh god, the burst bombs.
The burst bombs from the MK2. We're so close, but 2 down though on the side of Carnage Gaming. Not looking good for Rissa on the Rainmaker, who's just doing her best. But her teammates just they just can't survive the onslaught. And that Booyah Bomb too. They've got 21 seconds left, but that's 3 down. A full wipe on the side of 2700. Now is their time to go. That miss slowing them down, but they're gonna get it. They're gonna take the lead, and that is Carnage Gaming with the set in this single elimination bracket.
Carnage Gaming
goodness.
looking more like Clutch Gaming right about now.
Go.
Everything lined up so well, and they capitalized so well. They brought out the Ray. They went all in on the attack. They managed to force a wipe, and then all they had to do was literally just walk. They literally just had to walk, and they took it. But of course, very well done to 2700. They certainly made their names known tonight. They put on a really good show as well. They just had some crazy moments, crazy sequences, and just everything that they did with their specials.
Wow.
All this entertainment. You could have made it into an action movie.
We were certainly given a show on stream. That was an amazing set to watch. I mean, I thought Carnage was gonna struggle at the end, but that wipe, that was almost like a miracle for them. And like you said, everything just came together for them. That was so close. And the score tells the tales. But,
we should have charged money.
Yeah, we are going to immediately go into the next round, actually, and that is it for me. I am going to be signing off here. You find me on Twitter at Cater_, where I talk about a lot of the stuff I commentate, but I am going to be swapping out for DRF here, who is another amazing commentator here at IPL. So thank you all for having me tonight. It was a pleasure, and I will see you all next time.
All right, see you later, Cater. Yeah, that was a long time coming. Cater and I talked a lot in Checkpoint 1. It's cool that we finally got to commentate together. But now I am back. I am here with DRF, someone I know from the College Cephalopod Association. And we are diving right into this next set. DRF, how are you doing?
Hello, there we go. I'm doing pretty awesome. How about yourself, Bash?
I am doing fantastic. So what's this next set? It's Mictlan Heroes versus Madhouse. Mictlan sounds familiar. I've definitely seen them before. I forget what kind of things they run, but I've never seen Madhouse before, so I definitely know we're in for some surprises this time around.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Madhouse definitely seeing maybe a couple of somewhat familiar names there. But you know, it's as someone who definitely competes more with like the mid to lower level scene, not super familiar with what these people, what some of these players particularly use and whatnot. But I think nonetheless though, it's going to be a pretty exciting set, and it's going to get started with some tower control on Inkbot Art Academy. So Bash, what are your thoughts on that map mode combo?
It's a good neutral, well, anything Inkblot is a good neutral ground, but I'm usually used to splat zones. Towers gets a little crazy on this map because there's not a lot of wiggle room. There's not a lot of places you can move. Of course, there are the sides, but those are a million miles away from the tower, so I'm not sure why you would hang around that area. I think it's really just going to come down to overwhelming the other team with offense. Of course, it helps to have some long-range weapons to sort of intercept the tower when it gets close, because there are a couple places of verticality, and you probably will want a Stingray because it comes with the territory with towers. But I don't know. I feel like anything could work here as long as you've got a big enough imagination and the will to win.
All right. So it does sound like these teams are ready. So we're going to be diving into this game one here between Madhouse and Mictlan Heroes. So let's take a look at some of these compositions. I do see what appears to be two different end zaps coming on out on the side of Mictlan Heroes. One of them going to be the missiles, the other being the classic armor. And actually, that's going to be the same on both sides. So both teams are going to be running that gray and orange end zap, which is a pretty interesting combo.
Whew. Yeah, no, I'd love to see some end zaps everywhere. But we also got Splatling in there. We've also got a Bladder Shot in there, a Nautilus, and what kind of slosher is that?
That appears to be a soda.
Okay.
So we're going to be seeing some a lot of bomb rushing going to be happening here, which is going to be fantastic to be able to kind of start pushing up onto the opposition's platform. And as we say that, the Mictlan Hero is already pushing this past the first checkpoint, all the way to 66 points remaining. That's going to be 2 down on the side of Madhouse, and they're going to be able to continue this push, very, very aggressive. And they're not going to stop anytime soon, it seems, as they continue to get 2 down at a time.
Yeah, they dodged missiles and they dodged an inkjet, and they responded with missiles of their own. Very aggressive, very, very, what's it? I don't know what the term is, but they were just standing in the face of danger, and they were just brushing it off.
Yeah, and unfortunately that is now going to be 3 down on the side of Mictlan Heroes. However, this K-Shot going to be trying to hold their own, and they do go down. So 21 points remaining is where that push is going to end. However, in the first minute and a half, that is a pretty solid push here on Inkling Art Academy. But, anything can still happen. There's still a long ways to go in this match. But right now, Madhouse needs to scramble a little bit and regain some map control.
Yeah, I was thinking that K-Shot would have tried to provide a diversion because they got around the same time that the rest of their teammates spawned. But it does look like Madhouse has taken control of the tower, if only momentarily. And they haven't put any points on the board, but the game has certainly recognized that they have stepped on the tower. We'll see if they can't get any points, though. Looks like Zeke.exe putting that Splatling to work, that Nautilus specifically to work, and now they're going to try to strongman it throughout this first checkpoint. The armor is just going to make it easier, and now they're going to push ahead with the Inkjet. They get the 2-piece, almost get the 3-piece, but they're certainly going to want to get a little bit more before they step out. Unfortunately, they can't, but that has caused a heck of a diversion, and now the Soda Slosher is in, and it is ready to cause trouble.
Absolutely, and just so much credit to Zeke there for being patient with that Inkjet. Zeke was holding on to the Inkjet for quite some time before unleashing it, and the double ping off big as the Madhouse is looking for the lead, and they barely get it. My goodness.
By a single point. But yeah, no, Zeke really chose their moment. Gotta commend him for that. But now Mictlan Heroes is gonna have to be strong and still again. As well, first they have to approach the tower before they try to mount a good defensive offense. It looks like Lex is trying to clear a path with those missiles, but it doesn't look like they did much other than make them step back a couple inches, but the armor might change things. Okay, now I see the utility of hanging back on the sides. Lex is just charging the missiles just in case they're able to do something. But it looks like it wasn't able to do much as Madhouse has regained control of the tower, and they aren't looking to... Actually, no, they have let it go, but it doesn't look like they're going to try to let Mictlan Heroes get back on the tower anytime soon.
That is definitely the case here. I mean, both teams now kind of, trying to, I think trying to build up some specials here. and, you know, get control of this mid, try to get a couple of picks. A lot of very aggressive play here, but nobody has gone down in quite some time, actually. But Mictlan here is going to try to make this push anyways with under a minute to play, and one of their own does go down, unfortunately. So now they're going to be trying to make this push happen with a numbers disadvantage, which is not really going to work for them as they smartly back off and start to retreat back to their own platform. With 30 seconds to play, though, they're going to be trying to definitely build up some of these specials here, as we do see this Enzap going to build up some armor that is going to be becoming quite in handy for their final push. 2 people down on the side of Madhouse, and this is going to be Mictlan Hero's moment to make something happen right at the perfect time with only 10 seconds left to play, and they do have 3 specials online as they unleash everything they have. Unfortunately, the ends up going to be going down, but remember, Madhouse goes down as well, and they do save this tower. They're going to force overtime now. Oh, this is going to be a real close one.
Zeke letting them have it. I love the bravery of Mictlan Heroes. They really made sure that they were to show that they were not intimidated. And again, they only lost by 1 single point. So I don't know, maybe their objective with this first game was just to trip up Madhouse. I mean, they certainly put a lot of kills on the board. So if the objective was to just exhaust the enemy team, they certainly succeeded. We'll have to see how it goes with this next match, though.
Yeah, and this next match is going to be Clamblitz on Snapper Canal.
This is a fun one.
Yeah, this one, this one's always really interesting because every team has a very unique way of, you know, playing out this map, because there are so many different ways to approach the basket. Do you kind of have somebody, you know, aggressively flanking off the back through the back door, through that slick area, or are you gonna, you know, special coordinate and just, you know, take the most direct route to the basket, or maybe, you know, have somebody swing all the way to the far side, take the ink rail up to the basket? There's so many different ways that you can try to coordinate this, and it's just really fun to see how each team approaches it.
Yeah, the engagements are also crazy on this map too. Just having the incline on the sides and then just all the platforms in the middle, you really have to think about what the optimal position is for every kind of situation, and then just throwing all the weapons in as different variables. There are like 1,000,001 ways this match can play out, provided that these teams maintain their closeness in execution ability.
Right. But at this point, we are just basically waiting on one more person to ready up before we head into this. You know, and also thinking about some compositions here. I mean, both teams came out with sort of similar comps in that first game. You know, a couple of mirror matches there. Do you think we're going to see any changes here?
I'm not sure. All I know is I'd probably run a Booyah Bomb.
Right. Well.
Ooh, we got the Boozla. The Nautilus has come back out again. We'll have to see what sort of interesting positions they can run it with. Zeke this time opting for a Kenza Splattershot Pro, opting for a touch more mobility, but sticking with that range at the expense of fire rate. And it looks like each team is gathering some clams, but Mictlan Heroes has a slight advantage. Of course, they're going to need to gather them all into a power clam, and it looks like those missiles will try to cover some ground, but unfortunately, Zij can't really get it done. It is always hard to approach running something like the Bamboozler, because just the amount of shots you can get off and having to make your aim basically perfect in close range.
And Mictlan Hero is going to be the first ones to build up a power clam. Unfortunately, though, they're gonna retreat pretty far back, actually, almost all the way to their basket. So I think really what they're trying to do now is build up some specials and, you know, start to take the most direct route. And as we say that, unfortunately, they do go 2 down. So this push doesn't seem like it's gonna last, as this power clam will slowly expire. And now the clams are in Madhouse's pockets as they are starting to build up their economy and, hopefully gather a power clam here to get their push started.
Yeah, the runner just ran right into Ross. That's why you got to look both ways before you cross the street. But yeah, no, it looks like Madhouse is close to getting a power clam. They just need to pass them around, have some funny movement, and make sure nobody will try to stop them. I see Ross trying to get a couple more kills on the board, but Luau will just prevent any of that from happening. They're going to try to paint the area a little more purple, just so Mictlan heroes can try to make a push of their own. It looks like they are close to getting another power clam, but this time they're going to have to be a little smarter about how they push. The armor's coming out. Luau takes one member out, has to watch for the other. Deciding to bring out the Inkjet. We'll see if that serves him well.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they were able to do a whole lot of damage there. But the Mictlan heroes do have a power clam in their possession, but both teams are at full strength and definitely trying to get some of those specials up and running. And as I say that, Mictlan heroes do go 2 down, along with 1 on the side of Madhouse. So a lot of blood being shed here on both sides. And unfortunately for the Mictlan heroes, their entire clam economy is wiped out as Madhouse picks up 2 power clams of their own, and they're going to be looking for a little bit of map control here as the Mictlan heroes respawn. Very strategic choice here to just kind of, establish the map control. Don't necessarily need to get the point, the clams in and, start scoring quite yet. Especially when there's 2 minutes to play and, you might only be able to get 1 power clam in. Make this a good push. Unfortunately, the suction bomb is going to be taking down one member of Madhouse. So, but they do have all these clams in their pockets now, and they are getting a couple nice picks, so you do have to think that this push is coming soon. But I think both power clam carriers are out of this currently, so it is just going to be Zeke trying to keep this alive. And, with a minute and a half to play, nobody scored yet.
Yeah, no, this is sort of anticlimactic, but it is still fun to watch nonetheless. I mean, you'd expect someone to have scored by now, but both teams are just playing impeccable defense right now. It's just nobody's shooting, or anyone who tries to shoot just goes way off. But Mictlan Heroes has gathered another power clam, so we will see if they are able to end the drought. They've just got to dodge those specials and those shots. Zeke trying to prevent something from happening with that Booyah Bomb. Going to try to intercept them at the spawn now. Or go from the flank across the platforms. There we go. Zeke has just been on it. The change in weapons has not faltered his offensive abilities whatsoever. Now going for the clams on the sides. Being careful not to get the power clam until they're in prime position, because they can see that. But they can see him anyways thanks to that missile. But yeah, no, this is an actual standoff, isn't it?
Yeah, and with 15 seconds to go, this is actually kind of wild. How very defensive these games have been. But Madhouse does have a lot of clams to play with now, and this is going to go to overtime with nobody scoring. But with 2 people down on the side of Mictlan here, it's just going to come down to the first score to win. And Madhouse makes their move right now, and they do break the barrier, and they do secure game number 2.
Zeke making a crazy pass while covering the opponents to allow that to happen. Just channeling Magic Johnson with just crazy passing skills. And topping the kill board as well. I only wish the Booyah Bombs were a little better, but it's hard to do too much on this map mode combo. Splat zones on Piranha Pit will be a little more clear cut though.
Yes, I definitely think so. It's even though it's a very, very wide map, you can play all over the place. It's a very kind of, most of the action is very focused, right in mid, but, sometimes he will peel off and kind of take those couples to, the wings of the map. But this is going to be a lot more focused and, I think, a very aggressive match. It's going to be probably one of those matches that tends to be low scoring at first, and given the way that these teams have been playing so far. But you know, once one team I think gets a grip on this match, they're gonna run away with it.
Oh, certainly. Although, I don't know, there could be some wild cards. We've definitely seen a lot of back and forth going on, but actually, wait. No, it's not too much like Clan Blitz, so I don't know if just the one push will do too much to dictate the course of the match. But if a team is able to get a big lead and then slap on some penalty points when the other team tries to come back, that could be a confidence booster for them.
Yeah, well said there. All right. But and I guess, you know, we'll do just a little bit of comp speculation again. You know, I honestly think that Madhouse, what they've been doing so far, has just worked so well. I think it's really now up to, you know, the Mictlan Heroes need to make some sort of minor adjustment, because they've been able to, you know, hang with Madhouse pretty fine, but they just, you know, haven't found that edge yet. So, you know, I'm really hoping that they can, you know, hopefully make a, you know, minor comp adjustment, you know, just to maybe add just a little bit more aggression or something that's just gonna, you know, keep them alive a little bit longer. But let's see how this goes down in Game 3 here. We do see Zeke with that Nautilus yet again, but a Junior actually going to be coming out on the side of Madhouse now, so they're going to be bringing out even more armor than they have been in the previous games. So that's definitely going to continue to be a bit of a menace for Mictlan Heroes to respond to.
But they do get the first points on the board. And yeah, with regards to comp speculation, me personally, I was going to say I wasn't expecting a lot of range. If anything, if there was going to be some range coming out from these weapons, it would probably be in the form of Splatlings, because when you've got a wide open space like this, but the zone's pretty close to each other with just some inclines overseeing them, if there's one thing you want, it's the ability to put a lot of shots down range, and these Splatlings do exactly that. Oculus.exe definitely putting in work with their Splatling, and they might be trying to take the lead, but you never know. Mictlan Heroes with that Booyah Bomb could disrupt things. Nope, they're too late, and it looks like Madhouse is starting to run away with it a little bit, while Mictlan Heroes has some penalty points that they need to make up. Madhouse didn't even get too many penalty points more, so if Madhouse can take the point again and just slap even more on them, yeah, no, that could be the confidence booster, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do with the two-piece, followed by the Inkjet, not necessarily trying to kill, but trying to paint in the safest way imaginable, narrowly dodging the Booyah Bomb, but not quite able to break through as Mictlan Heroes breaks out of the penalty.
And Mictlan Heroes are going for that lead, and they do get it. However, given that this is a two-zone map, it's a little bit hard to, you know, hold on to that and try to establish that lead. They're going to need some picks to back it up, and as I say that, one member on the side of Madhouse does go down. That's going to be a big help to them, even if it's just a one-person numbers advantage. That is a numbers advantage nonetheless. And Mictlan Heroes do have 3 specials online. The Booyah Bomb going to be coming out. Unfortunately, not going to be able to take anybody out with that, and they do go 3 members down now. Make that a full wipe as Madhouse finally puts a stop to their push, and now they are looking for their turn to get out of this penalty and chase that lead.
Yep. Mictlan Heroes does have 47 points slapped onto them as penalty, but surely they will want to come back. Right now it's on Madhouse to see if they can reduce the lead, because yeah, they had about double the points that Mictlan Heroes had remaining to take down. But no, it looks like they're going through it pretty quickly. They're locking them down like a bank safe right now, trying to avoid getting 30'd.
And there is the lead in favor of Madhouse. So now the pressure is back on the Mictlan Heroes, as it seems like Madhouse is going to be the ones that are going to try to run away with this now, but very quickly Mictlan Heroes are going to try to put everything they have. They threw in all their poker chips, and unfortunately it did not pay off, as the last member of Mictlan here is going to be jumping back to spawn, and Madhouse runs away with this 3-0.
There it is. One of the dirtiest 30s I've ever seen in all of Swimmer Sync. Madhouse is clearly swimming. I'll say that. Look at Zeke. Look at Zeke. He is absolutely he is walking on water right now.
Yeah, Zeke, I think we can confidently say was probably, the MVP of this set here. Just every time we kind of, flashed back to Zeke was in the process of getting a kill or a double or even a triple or popping out that inkjet and, getting a number of other picks. Every single time that the camera was on Zeke, Zeke sees that opportunity. I mean, obviously Zeke doesn't know that the camera's not necessarily on them, but it almost felt like they did, because they put on a show every time that we were watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah. Zeke just had enough slaying power to make even the Grim Reaper jealous. Wild.
All right. But, a great effort by Mictlan Heroes there. Because, I mean, let's be honest, they would never just completely shut out of any of these games. They were, right with Madhouse. They had the lead for parts of several of these games. And, ultimately, Madhouse just kind of put together one push that just edged Mictlan Heroes. And, that's really all you need. So kudos to Mictlan Heroes for the effort they put into this set. But Madhouse just, barely edged them in every single one of these games.
Yeah, good effort from Mictlan Heroes. I mean, they tried to shake them up, only to end up shaking themselves, but yeah, nah. I have no doubt that they'll be coming back stronger from this. You ready to move on to the next set, though?
Absolutely.
So. All right. I think we've got Krakens versus Madhouse coming up next. So Madhouse is staying on stream. They've earned it. They've definitely earned it. But we'll see if this next opponent will be giving them any more competition.
Cool. So, but I believe we are going to go to a very, very short break as we do get the other team in lobby. So we will be back in just a minute with this next matchup. So stay tuned.
Yep, don't go anywhere. We are back in Swimmer Sync. It's your boy Bash. I'm here with DRF, and like I said for the break, we've got Madhouse versus Krakens. The Oceania Krakens, actually coming from the ANZ region. Shout out to the lands where summer is winter. Hope y'all aren't too cold.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be another good one. I feel we have between Krakens and Madhouse. I mean, we just saw what Madhouse was all about. But now, we're gonna see if they can kind of maintain that sense of dominance that we saw in that last set as they go up against Krakens, and this is gonna be a best of seven set.
Is this grand?
So we'll see. So we're gonna see if they can kind of hold on to this.
Yep, it is the grand finale because that's the only situation I can see us having a best of seven. So I'm ready to see him put on a show.
All right, and both teams are actually going to be very quick to ready up here, so we're going to dive right into this as game one is going to be Clam Blitz on New Albacore Hotel. So definitely going to be seeing, I think, a lot of mid to long range comps here because that's really what thrives on New Albacore Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Madhouse can bring the heat, or if the Krakens can freeze him up a little bit. Let's go.
Right. So taking a look here,
they're spread out.
Yeah, and we do see Krakens are gonna actually have a Tri-Slasher, Nevo, and a Junior. So that Junior gonna definitely be there to chuck some bombs, build up some armors. The Nevo is definitely an interesting choice though. Not a very common sight on New Albacore Hotel as it is very limited in its range, and it's a little bit hard to establish positioning with a Nevo or Tri-Slasher in general.
Yeah, no, I thought we were going to see something with that Inkjet, but it looks like it was intercepted. Right now, Madhouse is maintaining a clam lead, and they've actually got a power clam. But Krakens, they've been slowing them down bit by bit. They just need to figure out how to intercept some clams themselves. And, oh no, they've got a power clam right now. But I think they might be a little further than the power clam of Madhouse, which tries to get some distance with bubbles and the missiles, and they just throw it in right on time before getting taken out. Those bubbles providing excellent cover, and now Krakens has to try to respond. I think all the members of Madhouse are on that side, so maybe IPS could sneak by. Oh no, I'm wrong, because someone coming out of the right flank is another member of Madhouse.
Right, and Madhouse did get that early score, which, at least we know we're not going to have 5 minutes of a stalemate. But with only a one clam push and Krakens holding on to a power clam of their own, this is definitely possibly going to be a much higher scoring affair than what we saw, last time from Madhouse.
Yeah, no, certainly. Ross going to try to flank, not only to clear a path for the two power clams now on the side of Madhouse, but to try to destroy the one on the side of Krakens as they are just hanging back. And I think they've got the barrier's been broken again. Can they park that second power clam? Ross just throwing other clams in just to try to further the score even more before they can. No, but it doesn't look like that power clam is really going to go anywhere. But you take what you can get.
Yeah, definitely. And 55 points is actually pretty solid. So now Krakens, though, they do have quite a few clams on their side. They just need a couple of picks to back this up, but no, 3 down on the side of Krakens. Do they know where this Nautilus is? They might. I think they kind of peaked when they didn't need to there, unfortunately. So they're gonna have to try to just take this as people approach them. They do get 1 down before going down themselves. So unfortunately for Krakens, it seems like they're going to have to start from square one, and they go 3 down yet again.
Yeah, that power clam of theirs almost fell in the water, too. I mean, it wasn't of any consequence because it expired anyways, but no, the Madhouse is just overwhelming Krakens, both offensively and defensively. They're putting all their chips in the right place, and they've got all the right hands. They're basically banned from stepping foot in the Vegas casino. Alright, let's see if Oculus can score once again. Try to get the playbooks rolling. But yeah, no, it looks like the members of Madhouse are just hanging back right now. They don't want to be too hasty on the offense, because if they're hasty, they could just get wiped, and that would allow Krakens to plant the power clam that they now have.
All right, but I mean, and now that Madhouse is two members down, we are going to see a score by Krakens. But a great play by Zidge there to get 2 down on the side of Krakens. I don't think they're going to necessarily... Actually, they might get the lead.
Oh, no.
They're going to be 1 point shy.
Oh no,
no.
That has to hurt if you remember Krakens. If they had 1 more clam, they could have taken the lead.
Yeah,
and they got more penalty points as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did go from 100 to 56, and Madhouse did get to 55 in 2 pushes. So if there is a bit of a bright side here, is that Krakens does know that they are capable of getting the lead in their next push. If there is a next push in the last 15 seconds here, they're going to definitely try to be gathering up as many clams as possible, because they do need a power clam in order to force this into overtime, which they currently do not have. But a bunch of clams fall their way, so they are going to get that power clam, which is perfect timing. And overtime is going to commence here, and they're going to go for it. They do get the break of the barrier, and there is the jump to throw in 2 clams and secure the Game 1 victory.
Clutch end of the first map. Krakens proven that they belong. And yeah, no, we've had so many close games this stream, haven't we? My goodness. These teams are going at each other.
No, absolutely. I mean, just fantastic play from all these teams that we've seen on stream today. And, you know, if this Game 1 is any indication, I feel like we're in for the long haul here in our grand finals.
Actually.
So definitely, you know, grab some popcorn and a soda, folks, because, I mean, kick back and relax, enjoy the show, because these teams are definitely going to put on a good display of Splatoon here.
Certainly. And zones on Skipper Pavilion, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, Zone Skipper is, you know, a map mode combo that I feel like, you know, it has a bit of a love-hate relationship in the community. I think there's people that just generally are out there that just hate Skipper and everything it stands for. But I think it's really just a fun map. You know, it's very unique in how you can approach the zone. You know, either taking it, either going all the way down to the bottom and, you know, picking fights down there and trying to paint the zone that's above you, or just taking the most direct route through the top and going down to the zone. And, you know, I definitely anticipate kind of seeing these teams, you know, split off in a couple different ways. To try to, like, kind of, and maybe possibly we're going to be seeing some 2v2s occur in, you know, those 2 key points of the map. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, Skipper Pavilion, definitely one of the weird designed maps in Splatoon history. I mean, there definitely are some weird ones, looking at you, Moray Towers, but yeah, no, I mean, I personally love this map for turf, play a lot of turf on it, but for a lot of ranked modes, especially Splat zones, it's a little weird. I think this is the one incline zone in the game. Am I wrong in saying that?
The one Inkmine zone you said?
Incline.
Oh, incline. Like, I heard incline. I'm like, what?
It's a little steep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there another zone like it?
I mean, parts of Muscle Forge are on an incline. Let's see, but and then Sturgeon obviously is across the bridge, but definitely you know, a unique map mode. But here we go, as Madhouse is you know, getting the lead here, and both these teams going very back and forth early on in this matchup. But Madhouse is going to maintain control of the zone and continue to push their lead even further, as Locke with the bamboo trying to get somebody, and does get the ends up. Unfortunately, they do go down themselves to the blob of Ross.
Yeah, Krakens was trying to keep it close, but Madhouse is just running through them right now. The super jump just to get themselves back in objective. Oculus is going to cover one base. Rest of their teammates going to cover all of the other bases. these EXCs are running flawlessly, no bugs in the code whatsoever. Gonna paint all over these missiles. Oh, but nah, Krakens actually broke through a little bit. And the Ink Storm is going to ensure coverage, area denial, all of the above. But long as Madhouse is able to maintain some semblance of control and maybe slap Krakens with a couple of penalty points, they could play defensively and get away with it.
Yeah, absolutely. But and Madhouse is going to actually be able to flip this zone back in their favor and slap that penalty onto Krakens. And Krakens now going to be 2 members down yet again. But, you know, getting 2 picks of their own is going to be IPS to kind of, you know, keep this, you know, just within grasp. Madhouse still has control here, but Krakens is in a position to possibly do something, but no! Oh, I think this is going to start to spell some major trouble for Krakens. That was a very costly death there. And now they Madhouse just needs to continue to paint this zone and apply pressure and make sure that Krakens cannot get back into the zone and they could possibly run away with this. Less than 10 points remaining for them. And with the rain and specials coming out, it's just barely not enough.
Yeah, Zeke just popped the inkjet because it was just like, why not? The match is basically over already. But nah, shout outs to IPS for trying to keep the Krakens swimming in this match for as long as they could. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it was enough, and the series is now tied 1-1. We'll see if Krakens can bounce back, or if Madhouse is just going to maintain this momentum for the next map, which is Rainmaker on Anchovy. There is a little bit of a stop that you have to do in order to carry the Maker up into the enemy base. So you do sort of have to fortify yourself on here, but I don't know. There's still some room for fast-paced gameplay.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's with Rainmaker on Anchovy. It's one of those map modes that, you know, once again, it is going to probably be very low scoring out of the gate because you need a bunch of kills in order to get that solid push in. Because everybody, like you said, needs to go through the fan, or they need to swing to the far left to climb up the wall, which is definitely, you know, it's pros and cons of taking each of those routes. But even then, you start to kind of go through like a choke point almost, in which the other team could just absolutely collapse on you. So you definitely need to be very, very careful with how you try to maneuver the Rainmaker on this map, and it is a huge team effort to try to put some big points on the board. So we're gonna definitely be seeing, you know, I think the team with the better synergy taking this one.
100%. The teams with the better synergy usually just come out on top anyways, because I think people underestimate how important of a factor chemistry is in this and really any team competition. If you're playing with people you like and playing with people who you're good with, things just flow really well because every part in the machine is working in harmony. But we'll see just how well put together these teams are now. We see Madhouse is coming out with the Madhouse trademarked composition right here with the K-Pro and the Bamboozler, coupled with some shooters in the form of N-Zaps for good measure. And we see they're popping out the armor right away. Gonna try to get the Maker and run with it, or at least try to get several members of Krakens down right away, but it doesn't look like they're able to do too much as Krakens actually gets the first point on the board.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think it was necessary to pick up the Rainmaker there. They just weren't really in a position to make meaningful progress. And unfortunately, they are going to be paying for that now as 2 members go down, make that 3, and Madhouse is just going to be getting all sorts of map control and putting big points on the board. They do get the drop down, so they are going to get all the way to 43 points remaining, which is a very solid first push on this map, thanks to getting 3 down on the side of Krakens. But now Kraken's going to be trying to respond and try to pop this Rainmaker. Both teams going very aggressively at this Rainmaker barrier, but Krakens is going to be the ones that get that pop. So now they're going to be dropping it and returning it back to mid. to just get it as far away from their base as possible. I don't think they're going to get a very meaningful push out of this. This is more or less just get it away as far away as possible. Hopefully not many people go down and we can kind of, get ready for a defensive stop yet again.
And yeah, no, Madhouse is just rejecting every notion of defense from Krakens as they put it back into their base, bringing the Rainmaker into their territory and just saying this is where it's gonna stay, at least for the time being. I don't know if anybody on the part of Madhouse is gonna climb up. Oh, but someone does, and they might try to break the barrier and try to cause a barrier kill. They're just fighting for it at this point, but Madhouse has decided we're just gonna let them have it. We'll just give them some trouble, try to take out as many of their members as possible, and then just run with it. Locke trying to stop it with the Stingray and let the Rainmaker reset, and it looks like it will. Pretty good defensive effort from Krakens, but they still got to worry about the members of Madhouse in their territory trying to cause a wipe. Oh, especially as Madhouse has picked up the Rainmaker.
Yeah, Madhouse gonna be ready for another push, and that's gonna be 3 down again on the side of Krakens. And I'm not sure if there's gonna be anybody that's gonna be able to stop this before they get the knockout. No,
planted.
The knockout.
Somebody call Mother Teresa, because we got all the trees in here now.
Oh man. Yeah. So knockout in favor of Madhouse. A spectacular effort from them here to, they just kind of, once they got possession of that Rainmaker, they never let go. They always were in possession of that mid area. They always had the Rainmaker on the other half of the map. And I really think this fell apart just in those opening moments for Krakens. As soon as they picked up that Rainmaker, about 20 seconds into the match, when they really didn't have the numbers, they didn't have really anything ready to make a meaningful push, and they paid for it for the next 2.5 minutes there, as Madhouse was in complete control.
Yeah, I think the secret for Madhouse was they just kept their foot on the gas pedal. They just kept running like the Energizer Bunny. They were able to just time their spawns really well, so that someone was always on the field attacking, even when one of the members was down. And when they were able to get the Rainmaker, they just simply won all of their engagements and kept themselves pushing throughout, all the way until the point where they were just able to slide in and plant the Rainmaker on the podium. It helps to have that spacing and just really a plan to have an offensive that seemingly never ends. I'm not sure how much of that they're going to be able to transition into tower control, but it'll at least be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think Madhouse is going to be able to kind of, keep doing what they did in that last match, because Tower Control Sturgeon Shipyard is one of those map mode combos that you can kind of play very similar to what you did in Rainmaker Anchovy. You can just continue to keep the pressure on and keep the tower on their half of the map. And if Madhouse did in that last one, they can definitely do it here again. I think that's going to be the key for them.
Madhouse bringing back the Boozla. Only thing is, they might have to watch out for that Nautilus of Shockwave, because in towers, it always pays to have that extra firepower. Oculus trying to step on the tower now. Going to try to paint everything in sight. NZAP is just really good at getting shots down range, even if it doesn't have that reach of most Splatlings, really. Oh, but the Stingray can't quite escape it. But the tower... Oh, no, the tower was still in play, but it looks like Madhouse is letting it run for the while. Up until Zeke, wearing that K-Pro, steps back on it, and now it looks like they're going to try to clear that first checkpoint.
Yeah, and they do get through that first checkpoint, which is not too difficult of a checkpoint. It is a long checkpoint, but it's not too difficult nonetheless. It's almost kind of an expectation that both teams do eventually get through that. But they're going to be approaching the second checkpoint, and this is the absolute key checkpoint. Krakens, though, was down 3 members there, so it is going to be just enough to let Madhouse easily get through the second checkpoint. And this is what I call the oh no section. This is when you know your team is in trouble, and trouble indeed for Krakens, as Madhouse secures yet again another knockout and takes a 3-1 lead in this grand final series.
Yep. Prepare for trouble and make it double as Madhouse gets the second knockout in a row. Staying true to their name because you got to be a little crazy to play this game. But now the pressure's on a little bit because they don't want to blow a 3-1 lead. That'd be crazy if they blew a 3-1 lead. But I think they got this. Krakens won the last Clan Blitz we were on, but this isn't New Albacore Hotel. This is Humpback Pump Track. There is nowhere to run, and the team can really make the short-range bullet sprayers go to work here.
Yeah, and Krakens does have that Tri-Slosher Nouveau on their side, which is going to be perfect on Humpback Pump Track. So you can definitely anticipate, that being an absolute key part of their composition here. The Tri-Slosher just so good on these types of maps where you just need to get over, you need to just chuck ink over these uneven edges. It just makes it really easy to just try to get some picks here. And I feel like that's what they're going to really need to rely on if they're going to want to put up some big points on this Game 5 match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to seeing what they come out with. I think, there's literally no reason for Madhouse to make any changes unless they want to, throw a Dually Squelchers into the mix for whatever reason. But all I know is the recipe is basically going to stay the same, which is basically close range or rush down. I don't know if Krakens is going to make very significant changes, because I know they like to cover all of their bases, but they definitely have to change something if they want to make the comeback, whether it's composition or just plain strategy. Yep, as predicted, Madhouse makes literally no changes. Krakens busts out the Bamboozler, but a Nautilus, a Junior, and a Tri-Slosher.
Yeah, and yep, the Tri-Slosher indeed. Like I was saying, a fantastic pick on this map mode combo, or just particularly in this map in general. And already trying to just chuck ink over the edges, trying to find a pick, but unfortunately they do go down themselves to this orange N-Zap, and the N-Zap trying to get a double there, but unfortunately not. Just a big bloodbath on Kraken's half of the map. Big numbers going down on both sides. But given that this is all kind of happening on Kraken's half of the map, you already know that Madhouse has a pretty solid grasp of this match so far.
Yeah, Oculus just painting everywhere. Zeke is undoubtedly going to work on the members of Krakens, and we got the armor. Krakens currently have the clam lead, but not a power clam as far as I can see. Both squads now busting out the armor, but it all comes down to aim, and it looks like, Oculus had some shots on, but left themselves vulnerable to Shockwave. Okay, no, I think I see Krakens getting a power clam now, but the only question is, will they be able to plant it?
Yeah, it's good to have a power clam, but of course you need to get that in the basket, and Krakens does not appear to be in a position to make a push quite yet. They do have 2 specials online. The Junior going to be popping that armor as soon as they get it there, and now the Nautilus is popping out that Inkjet looking for some kills. Unfortunately, don't think they end up getting anything, but they do force the jump back, which is going to allow them to sneak through and score their first power clam. However, it is going to be a power clam +2. That is all they get out of that push, which, it is at the very least points on the board, but you do give the opposition a free power clam in exchange, and if you're Krakens, you're thinking we really could have gotten more out of that.
Yep, yeah, because it was 3 down right after they planted, and now Zidge throwing in the missiles, picking up the power clamp, keeping it alive for the time being, putting themselves pretty much in prime opportunity to get a double power clamp score. The first one, I think it just very narrowly misses, but they won't miss the second time. And Zeke keeping the second one alive momentarily, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to super jump. And yeah, nah, that was almost a fantastic. Defense. It just looks like they had a few executional difficulties.
But credit to Kraken's defense instead. To stopping that push. However, Madhouse is going to get a nice triple there, and they are going to score yet another power clam, which will give them the lead. They do have some clams to follow up, but not many, so they do stretch their lead down to 55 remaining. But I think this is going to be the end of the push. They don't have any other clams to continue it. So 55 points remaining is solid. They just need to put together a pretty good defensive effort for the next 2 minutes, and they might be able to even score some more points. But first, they need to stop Krakens coming in with a power clam, make it 2.
Certainly. Barrier broken. Can Pogre Me throw the second one in? Not quite. Yeah, now Madhouse is coming out with the defense, saying we got a little bit of that too, but if Krakens throws in literally one clam, that's the lead. There it is. Oh no, Shockwave is not content with just one, and now it's 55-40. Madhouse better be gathering those clams real quick, like.
Credit to Krakens there for not giving up on the push. Despite going down very quickly in the tie game, they wanted that lead. But now we are down to the last minute, and Madhouse has 29 clams to their name, which is a lot. And they do get the first power clam, and they do get the lead and continue to pile in the clams. 28 points remaining is where they will get wiped, though. But so that is the lead. But with 40 seconds to go, and coming off that complete wipe, Krakens does get the opportunity to build up a big bank of clams here. And they just need to put together one solid push to get the lead and stay alive in this set.
Less than 30 seconds left. They better start running. And yeah, no, you definitely do have to admire the effort from Krakens. But of course, when your back's to the wall, giving up literally isn't an option, because this is the last game you are able to play if you lose. 10 seconds left. Can IPS throw it in? Can the rest of the Krakens follow up? Will they swim or will they sink? Let's see.
It looked... Oh! Ooh. IPS tried to make a sneaky play there.
Madhouse throwing some mad moves. And that is the 4-1. Madhouse, the 30th edition of Swim or Sink. They weren't just swimming, though. They were slipping and sliding. Like we were at a water park. Shout out Riptide.
Oh man, but that's the set right there. 4-1 in favor of Madhouse. A fantastic job to them there. But credit to them. They played the last 4 games absolutely beautifully, and I mean even that first game was just so close. I think they just kind of let that one slip. But once they let that first game slip, they were like, all right, take a moment, reassess. We know exactly what we did wrong. We're not letting it happen again. And they dominated the rest of this set. But kudos to Krakens. I mean, both Clamblitz games, they put up, a great fight. And even on that Splatoon Skipper game, it was, once again, pretty close, but just weren't able to extend the series.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. Krakens at least gave him a fight, but Madhouse was definitely showing the entirety of the Swimmer Sink participants exactly who's boss. Just an unrelenting offense. I really hope to see more of them here on SOS, because they can definitely throw down with some of the great teams on this set. I definitely want to see him go up against Welcome to Good Burger in particular, because those guys play a mean offense too.
All right. But that is going to do it here for us. SOS number 30 is in the books. So absolutely a phenomenal show from all these teams that have participated today. Lots of great games. But we're going to go ahead and start to wrap it up here, I think. So Bash,
Yo.
Where can people find you?
They see it right on the screen. That's my @ Feel free to follow me, see me ramble about whatever it is on my mind at the time. And DRF, I believe we're seeing where we can find you as well.
Yes, DRF_Splatoon on Twitter and Twitch, Triton DRF. So I do things on both those platforms sometimes. So
Nice. But it's a pleasure as always casting with you.
Same.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the stream today. That's SOS 30 in the books. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Thanks, everybody.